Hello, everyone, and welcome at last to episode 105 of the Clockwork Cantina. I am one of your hosts, Josh902. This is the other host of the show.
And I'm DT3. What's going on, everybody? What's up?
What's up? What is up? How's
We're all
it
doing
going?
well.
Yeah, hope you're all doing well. Let's get hyped because I haven't slept in like 24 hours, but we're gonna be good. We're gonna be awesome. We're gonna be groovy. We're gonna rock this shit. We're gonna, if I start slurring, I'm not drunk. I'm just really sleepy. It'll be great. Um, but yeah, I hope you all got good sleep. My camera's like sideways. Hang on, let me adjust that. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those weird streams where I'm like touching everything 500 times. It's gonna happen. All right. Groovy. All right, so here's today's show. Today's show is we're gonna do D&D World Building Part 5. What that entails, I don't know. When I laid down last night, I talked to Daniel in Discord the moment before, and I was like, "How are we gonna do this? We got a few different things." And then while I was laying in bed, Daniel, I thought about DMing you because I thought I had a thought. Because I lay in the floor next to my collectible shelf, and I was looking at my D&D books as I was laying there, and I was like, you know what? I have a Dune book, and one of the things that we used to do back, I'm sure you remember this, Daniel, because we did this. We had a Game of Thrones book, and we built our house, right? We built our house in
Yes.
fucking Game of Thrones. So Dune will let you do that as well. So we'll pull that out and screw around with that a little bit. Just because you have rules for it in Dune doesn't mean you can't do it in D&D. So that might be a thing we do. Other than that, we got the usual stuff. We got the news. There's some here. And then we've got what we've been up to this past week. And Daniel, if it's okay with you, I would like to go first.
Go for it first. Yeah.
All right, first up, I have been playing. So I played a little bit of Greedfall, and it didn't quite grab me enough to be like, I need to play this nonstop. So I like it, but I'm gonna put it on the shelf for a minute. I only played it for like an hour. And then this other game came out, and I knew this other game was coming out, and I played the demo for this other thing called Expeditions Rome, which is kind of, I don't know how big it is on Twitch right now, but there's quite a few people out there playing it. The game has drops. So I bought that. What day did I buy that on? What day did this come out? Let me look here in the store page. Sure it'll tell me. It came out on the 20th, and today is the 24th, for those wondering at home, that are probably listening to this later. And in that amount of time, because I bought it on the release day, I have played for 17 hours, and it is a really cool game. It is Rome XCOM, with like, it's an RPG that's a Rome XCOM that also has like a war mini game kind of type deal over the top of it. It's really cool. It's really neat. I like it. It's also got romance options. So like, let me tell you, when the game has romance options, immediately like a +10 for me. I don't know why, but letting me fall in love in video games matters. Apparently, I put a lot of weight in that. I don't know. But I played 17 hours. It's really, really cool. It's not even like a full price game. This game, you can get this game right now for $44.99. User reviews are very positive. Very positive right now. It's got a pretty cool soundtrack too. You can also buy the soundtrack separate if you want. And they just released a patch, and it's pending here in my Steam. And I hope so. It does have some issues. The biggest issue I've had with this game is I have really bad screen tearing for some reason. Even with like, I've changed the settings. I've turned VSync on and off. I've turned down the settings. I've gone from borderless window to full screen. It's just nothing seems to stop it. So I hope they fix that issue. But it's not bad enough that it's like ruining the game for me. It's just like, it's got like a minor bug that kind of, it can kind of be a little annoying. So anybody that's out there wanting to check this game out, I recommend checking it out. I recommend checking it out on Twitch and checking out and going and getting some of those drops if you want, because you can get drops from multiple streamers out there that are playing this game. The other thing is that this game has a Twitch extension. I know I'm
Oh,
trying to sell you on
integration,
the
right?
yeah. It's got a whole app that will do all sorts of crazy things. For anybody that was watching Code Carnage's first stream of this game the other day, I named an NPC after myself. I was the very first person that Code killed in his stream. So if you go watch his VOD, you will see my name on screen, which was funny. And also, I don't know how that happened. Uh, um, but yeah, it has a whole like thing and like a whole app that's like that uses the Denari system, which is like the money that's in the game that you can earn by you. I think you can share bits and you give them, and you get Denari also by just passively watching the stream. Um, so it's kind of like a little way for the streamer to make money. But I think they've added it so that the streamer can disable like the bits part, so you can just earn it for free if you want, and you can buy, like, you can put your name on characters, you can randomly set characters on fire, you can randomly not randomly you can heal a character if it's low HP, you can send care packages to the streamer, which is money,
Oh,
like
that's cool.
in-game currency, and of different types of medicine, of all sorts of things, a lot of different options. And when you open the extension, this is what I thought was cool. Like a
Mhm.
battle starts and you open the extension, it has a little overlay of the battle map that the streamer is fighting on, and you can see where every character is and where every enemy is. It's really neat. It's like one of the best extensions I've seen for this game. So if you
Sounds pretty
haven't
cool.
checked out Expedition Realms, by golly, you should definitely check it out because
Oh, by golly.
it's pretty
Check
dope.
it out. It
Um,
sounds cool. I was watching you play a little bit on Discord and whatnot. Seems pretty cool.
yeah, I'm pretty addicted to it. I'll probably finish it. It's gonna be one of those games I finish, I think. Um,
Nice.
I watched some movies with Daniel and another one of our friends, but I'm gonna let Daniel do that in his notes. That's why I just wrote down
Ah,
movies. That's why I just put movies in my notes. I was like,
movies.
I'm not writing all this down. Daniel already wrote it down. He knows. Um,
I once again I've watched a lot of movies this week, everyone.
but that's all I got. I haven't been up to a whole lot. There's a lot of games and stuff. Oh, since this is a D&D world building episode, I one of my Kickstarter things is a PDF that you can print out cards, and I wanted to get
Yeah.
these ready in time to do it for this show. Unfortunately, they're not. Um,
All good.
because printing stuff on cardstock is weird, and I was trying to figure out the best way to do it, and eventually I just printed it out on regular paper. But I have these little cards here, that is for like world building stuff. That this is not complete. This was just a test run. They obviously don't fit in this
Nice.
fucking thing exactly right, and then they're black and white and highlighted on the back, so I know what's what. Um, but it is what it is. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
All right, Daniel. How about you, my friend? What have you been up to this past week?
Well, like I said, I have been watching a lot of movies.
A lot of movies.
A lot of movies. Watched some, played a couple games, but not as many. Not as much as Josh, I think. Like this week. So I played some Halo Infinite. That was fun. Uh, as always, played a couple. I tried out Hunt Showdown with a couple friends, and that game's cool. We had 100% run. We didn't fail once, so I was very happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
We could have actually done a few more. We could have actually done better in a few cases if we had realized what was going on. But um, yeah, we did good. Um, I finally watched Free Guy.
Yes.
And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun. I thought it was a fun time, man. That movie was I honestly probably better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Um,
It's pretty fun. I enjoy that movie.
yeah, it was a fun time for sure. I there was some really cool like moments in there. Um, and yeah, it was good. Definitely, if you're looking for like a fun movie to just have a good time with, definitely check that one out because I enjoyed it. Um, I watched the fourth episode of Peacemaker.
Shit.
That
I knew I
show has
forgot to
been
do
pretty.
something this week.
That
I
show's been
haven't,
pretty good so far.
I
So
haven't
I've been
watched any
watching
of it.
that. Uh, Book of Boba as well. Been watching that. So that's
That I
that's
did
pretty much
watch.
that. I have this Star Wars Rebels is a group watch that I have with a few people that we've been taking through them because they've never seen it before. That's been fun taking them through that. We finished season 3, so we're on the last. We're gonna be starting up the last season here next week, which is or this week, which is exciting. So yes, sir. And then here are the all. Oh, I played Fall Guys. I don't know if I mentioned that, but anyway. And the rest of the movies that I watched were Casino Royale 2006. The Daniel Craig ones, or the Daniel Craig one, and then Quantum of Solace. Those are two James Bond movies. Uh, I've been trying to rewatch all the Daniel Craig ones before I get to No Time to Die and Spectre, which I haven't seen either one of those. So Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace. I'm gonna be doing Skyfall next, and then yeah, uh, like I said, get to the rest of them, and then I watched He Got Game, The Man in the Iron Mask, 2 Days in the Valley, Fatal Attraction, and then I watched just last night Cruella for the first time. So yeah, it was
Fatal
lot.
Attraction. Oh,
Yep,
you
Fatal
watched a
Attraction.
Valentine's Day movie? Oh man, no, I'm kidding. I'm joking. That movie is not a
That
Valentine's Day
is
movie.
absolutely not a Valentine's Day movie. Fuck that, dude.
Oh,
That movie's crazy, dude.
I've not seen that movie in forever.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. But yeah, I watched all that stuff, and yeah, I never even heard of 2 Days in the Valley until a couple days ago, and I actually had fun with that one too. It's a very like Tarantino-esque movie. So if you're into that kind,
Mm,
if you're into like Pulp Fiction and that kind of shit, I would recommend that one to you. It has Charlize Theron in it. It has James Spader in it. Terry Hatcher. It's good, man. I enjoyed it. I had a good
huh,
time with it.
cool.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to. And then Cruella was just like, speaking of Cruella, dude, fucking Stingray from Cobra Kai was one of the main characters in that movie. I was like, oh
Is
shit,
he?
it's fucking Stingray, yeah.
Makes sense.
But anyway, that's what I've been up
That
to.
that dude, that guy was in. Oh, I can't think of his name. I feel bad saying that guy, but the dude that plays Stingray was like, he went on a little movie tear where he was in a few things. He was in that Richard. He was in Richard Jewell. He was the main character. He was Richard Jewell in that movie, which I haven't seen.
Mm.
Um, but I think he went on a little tear, and then he was in like that was like Cobra Kai happened, and then he got into like a bunch of movies, and then yeah, cool guy. Can't think of his name. For those of you wondering, I am drinking water out of my Star Wars water bottle. It's awesome. Check it out.
Hey.
Looks great. Um, Trying to up my water intake and cut back on all the shit that's killing me slowly. Um, cool. All right, Daniel, we can hop into some news here if you would like to. Hello, Loki in the chat. How are you?
Yes, let's hop into the news for the week.
All right.
All right. So, first bit of news we have here is something I actually have not seen yet, but I threw it in here
All right.
because this is a game that I am looking forward to checking out. I have played the first one. It was my game of the year for that year that it came out. And yeah, I'm just excited for the next version. And then we have here the story trailer. Hopefully there isn't too many spoilers from the first game in here for Josh.
It's fine.
Uh, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and check this out. The game I'm talking about is Horizon Forbidden West, sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, 2017.
Let's check her out. Daniel,
So
you
let's
can
check it
count us
out.
down. You can count
Let's
us
do
down
it.
on this one.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, play.
All right. And we do have audio for you guys
I'm
on
running
this
out
shit.
of time, Elizabeth. The land is dying. People are suffering.
See what we
Soon,
got.
they'll starve.
That's one nasty looking carrot.
And the machines meant to help us are out of control. I have to find a way to fix it all. And the answer is somewhere out in the Forbidden
Hell yeah,
West.
Baba. This game does look great.
This thing fucking comes out so soon. I felt like it was so far away, and now it's here, and I'm like, I still haven't played the first one all the way through.
West, war is the rule.
Oh, I know that voice.
Peace, the exception. The rebel leader, Regala, seeks to slaughter all those who've wronged her. She will kill anyone
You know that voice too, Daniel.
who gets in her way.
I'm trying to.
They say she answers to a higher power. He supplied her with troops, weapons, even the ability to control machines. Machines of war.
Whatever secrets he has, he's keeping to himself. And the solution I need is broken and scattered. Everywhere I look, things are falling apart. I don't know if I can find a way forward. Like Elizabeth did.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I'll be careful
Oh,
and
there he is.
I was further enough in the game to know that dude. That guy's got a mustache for the ages.
Sure does.
We will find the answers.
Now this is probably a spoiler, so I'm looking away.
All right.
They always end it with something that's spoilery.
Who seek them.
Oh, I know. That's what's her name? Not from the. She's not even in the first game, I don't think, but
Mm.
she's new to this game. Fucking Carrie Ann Moss, Trinity from you know,
Yep.
that's who that is.
I did know she's in this because I saw that thing.
Yeah, and she was not in the first game, so she's completely new. So even I don't know who the
Sweet.
fuck she is, but
Cool.
it's cool.
The other voice was Charles Smith from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ah,
sure.
okay. I was
I was-
trying to place. I was like,
I had to look
do
up the
recognize that
name.
voice.
I was
I'm
like,
where do I know this? Where is it? Where?
and we've heard him in 1,000 other things too, just in the
Yeah.
background. It's just like I can't think of it right now. But yeah, that's that trailer looked great. The game looks great. I need to play the first one, so I can play the second one.
Yeah.
Is the second one coming out on P? It's just PS4, right? It's not. It doesn't have anything else.
PS5.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, I'm
PlayStation.
brain not work.
Yeah.
PlayStation. That's what I meant.
PlayStation. Yes.
Not PC. At least at launch.
Couple weeks away. Yeah, no, it's just PS4, PS5.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's for those of you that are caught up. You will have something else to play really soon. Baba Streamwin. What do we got next, Daniel? Oh, yeah. Or do you have any thoughts on that?
No. It looks
Okay.
really cool. I don't know when I'm gonna be playing it because I kind of feel like there's a lot of games that I want to play, but at the same time, I'm like, man, should I just wait till I get a PS5 or just get them on PS4? You know, like that's one of the reasons why I haven't played the Ghost of Tsushima expansion because I'm like, do I wait till I get a PS5 and play it, or do I just fucking play it on PS4? You know, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, next up, we have a little bit of some board game news for you guys. We have Marvel Zombies board game has eaten through its crowdfunding goal. The Kickstarter raised $3.6 million, but we have a little bit of a game trailer here that we can show up.
Sure, let me throw that up there.
Marvel Zombies Zombicide game official trailer.
All right, I'll have it up already, mate. You just count us down.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Let's check this out. I love that things are getting made now that probably never would have gotten made years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Marvel, baby.
That's Marvel, baby.
It's in the Hunger King. Oh, we so hungry. Now we're zombies. Living flesh. There is no world of Marvel heroes. There is the world of Marvel zombies. A zombie-side game. Oh, look at all those minis you get. Play as the zombies.
Fight your way through New York, or eat your way through New York.
Eat your way through New York. Use your superpowers to hunt and feed. Unlock unique new zombie traits by feasting on bystanders.
Chomp!
Hey, it's Jay Jonah. Oh, damn.
Oh, dude, Zombie Hulk? Fuck that.
Nah, that would be... That's awful. That's what that is. Not all superheroes have been affected. Oh, shit.
Spidey-Man.
Would you rather save the day?
Look at all that.
Marvel Zombies X-Men Resistance. Oh, shit.
Hero
Plays
mode.
the
Plays the
hero
heroes
mode.
and fight the hordes.
Is this like a little expansion with it, or?
Use your power to defend the X-Mansion. Rescue bystanders to receive their
no
help.
lie, I'd watch Wolverine murder some zombies. That'd be fucking fun.
Defeat the super zombies to live and fight another day. This might be the end of our world. It can't get any worse,
Forget it.
right?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Galactus.
His legendary hunger is the greatest threat of all.
Galactus game piece adds unique gameplay and epic missions. Fight hunger with hunger.
How much is that version of the game?
Jeez, dude. Day 1 expansion, Galactus the Devourer. Damn,
That's a big fucking mini. Holy shit.
right?
Let's have a look at
Jeez,
this
so there you
Kickstarter.
go.
Where are they at right now? Oh my god. That's so much money. They're at 4 million. Almost 4 million and a
Of-
half.
Yeah, 4 million of their 500K goal. That's crazy, dude.
What's the
So,
Galactus pledge
this-
is $410. Woof. Yeah.
So that they definitely did what they wanted to do with this game.
They hit their goal by a country
That's-
damn mile.
That's for sure, man. They far surpassed it as well.
Look how
Good
big
for
that
them, man.
Galactus mini is, dude. I could put him on the shelf. He looks as big as the Shepherd helmet, but I don't know if that's because it's like they got him blown up here or what. But he's pretty goddamn big compared to them other ones. Wow, that's some cool shit. You guys should go check out this Kickstarter. There's a lot of info on their page. They got
There really is. There's a lot.
There's a
There's a
Thunderbolt
lot.
Ross fucking mini in here.
There's a lot of different little
There's
characters. they got
Sharon
in there.
Carter. There's Bob.
Hydra Bob.
Aunt May. Agent Coulson. That's pretty cool. If I had more people to play board games with, I'd probably be in this. But the only time I play board games is when I go to WaveCons. Really.
Pods. Betty Ross, Okoye, Wong, Mary Jane. That's cool, man.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. How long is this got? You got 10 more days if you want in on the Marvel Zombies Zombicide thing. I'll throw a link in the chat for you guys.
Sick.
As of the 24th of January 2022. All right, Daniel, what's next?
All right, next up, let's talk about the new Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga gameplay overview. And then after that, we have a couple other little articles to talk about it. But let's check out this gameplay trailer or gameplay overview first.
Let's check her out.
Let me know when you got her open and we'll do the countdown.
It's up. Let's do it.
All right. Countdown. 3, 2, 1, play.
Rated E for everyone. Oh, immediately hit me with the music. It's not okay.
Yeah.
A Jedi is twisted by the dark side. And as the Force awakens, a hero rises up to save
So
the
they're
galaxy.
just telling you we have all 3 eras in this game.
Relive the epic
Of the-
story
of the
all
trilogies.
films in the biggest Lego video game yet,
All the
with
characters.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Your adventures start
All the
with
movies. Look at that. I like that
choice.
menu. It looks cool.
Start with Poe Dameron fighting off the First Order in Episode 7. Jump into Episode 1 as Qui-Gon and his young Padawan escape a failed negotiation, or start where it all began.
I want to play it now.
And C-3PO
Right.
on a mission that will change the course of the galaxy. Whatever era you choose, play through the entire saga and experience the hilarious fun only Lego games can offer. As war spreads across the galaxy,
It looks so
Lego
good,
Star
man.
Wars: The
Like,
Skywalker Saga
I'm just like, as
lets you
somebody who played the
experience
very
many
first Lego
thrills
Star
of
Wars
your
game,
favorite battles.
see how far we've come from then to now is nuts.
New combat mechanics allow for greater mastery.
My nephew used to play them. I never played the Lego ones really, other than like when I was like he's playing and I'd play with him a little bit. And I used to think, man, this is so jank, because the older games were a little jank at times,
Yeah,
with
well,
like,
yeah, I mean-
with, especially when you're playing like with 2 people. But man, this looks fucking not jank. This looks fucking great.
Yeah, this looks really cool, man.
Styles tailored to your favorite characters. New blaster controls and mechanics put you right in the middle of fierce battles and let you aim with skillful precision.
Oh
And
man.
if things get too intense, take cover and assess the risks and opportunities. When the time is right, take your shot and watch as enemies
Get 'em.
react to aimed hits. Because after all,
Oh damn, she shot his helmet off.
at your side.
That's not okay.
Yep. Get him, Lando.
Choose to use a weapon from a more civilized age as you wield a lightsaber against the saga's most sinister villains.
It's actually crazy how like graphically good this looks for a Lego game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what the...
But a lightsaber isn't the only weapon in a Jedi's arsenal. Remember, the Force is everywhere. Harness its power to lift objects, attack enemies, or influence others.
Look at that bantha cutting a rug.
Also take their adventures to new heights by progressively unlocking planets as you journey your way through the
One of my favorite things about playing the Lego
Just open
games
the hollow projector
is
to access the galaxy map
playing
and chart your course.
or having playing as any
Space travel
character in
comes
any
with its
map
own set of
or
exciting
Yeah.
any level.
encounters.
Like
Be
just
prepared
having
to
characters
engage in
that never went to this
exhilarating
location in the
dogfights
movies or
against enemy
anywhere,
ships, or
have
take
them
on
be there, you know? Like
incredible
it's
missions
it's
as
just
you
cool.
pilot legendary vehicles.
Yeah.
And when you're ready, make your descent to the next adventure.
Oh, that's fucking cool. Holy shit.
Every episode in the saga is full of fun and exciting levels,
Prep,
many
prep,
with
prep, prep, prep.
multiple routes to progress through. So you can charge in.
I think that's cool
quickly,
too. How each level's
or
gonna
find a
have
more
like different
stealthy
routes you can
approach.
go about it. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
before
As you
it
arrive at
it was
new
always just like
destinations,
this is
you
the
can choose
same
to either
path.
continue
But
onwards
now it's
through
like
the
you can
main
go
story,
stealthy or you can go,
or
you
take a
know,
detour
guns
to
blazing or
explore
whatever.
iconic and expansive planets from the Skywalker saga.
Oh, look at Coruscant, looks
From
beautiful.
the forest moon of Endor to the desert dunes of Tatooine, get closer to the action and behold the most visually breathtaking Lego game yet.
This really is a beautiful looking game.
Yeah,
Go off the
it's
beaten
kind of
path
crazy.
and take on side missions. Everything from bullseyeing womp rats,
Oh
facing off
damn.
against scum and villainy,
Yeah, you take that, Womp
or
Rats.
pondering the great mysteries of the saga.
Who shot first, man?
The more you explore the
McClunky.
galaxy, the greater the rewards.
McClunky.
Uncover Kyber bricks to unlock new features, including upgraded
Kyber
abilities
bricks.
across a range of unique character classes.
Some upgrades.
Whether using a scavenger's net launcher to climb with swift agility, sensing opportunities for impressive shots as a scoundrel,
Damn.
unleashing shock grenades as a bounty hunter,
Shoot him, Boba.
or putting your
This game really is
favorite
fucking
as a
huge.
protocol droid. Each upgrade makes your characters more powerful and ready to take on any challenge.
Dude, Vader just launching that fucking Gamorrean off the
That-
sail barge.
That poor
Freeway
pig
mode
man.
lets you play
What'd he
as
do to you,
legends from
Vader?
Every corner of the saga and live out your greatest Star Wars.
So you getting out of here, boy.
Look at that fucking Jabba the Hutt.
Star Wars, the Skywalker
That made me think of a fucking tabletop RPG where someone wants to play fucking Hutt.
and experience fun and new adventures like never before. On April 5th,
April 5th.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
the galaxy is yours.
Well, I know what I'm doing come April because this looks great.
Trust your feelings. I'll buy a Death Star.
Now blow this thing and let's go home.
Oh, they got mumble mode. Which I know a lot of people wanted this. So, the original games, they didn't talk. They just mumbled and shit.
I got you.
People are nostalgic for that, right? And they want it back. Personally, I kind of prefer hearing them talk. So when I play this game, I'm probably gonna just have the voices on. I don't, mumble mode is not one of those things for me that I'm like, oh man, I need it, or I'm not gonna play this game.
Yeah, I
Like,
got
I've
you.
always preferred.
I
I've
would
always preferred
probably,
them talking.
I'd probably do the thing with the voices. Yeah, I'd probably leave the voices on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't,
But
wouldn't turn
yeah,
them off.
it's cool, man. That game looks really, really, really good. Let us now talk about the little Star Wars article here that they pumped out.
Got it.
So the new Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga trailer and launch date revealed. So as we just saw, it's coming out on April 5th of this year. We saw the gameplay overview. It's going to be coming to the Xbox family of devices, the PlayStations, the Switch, PC. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga allows fans to play through all 9 episodes of the core saga, travel through hyperspace, and explore over 20 unlockable planets, and experience an exciting mix of gameplay, from chaining attacks and lightsaber combat to space battles. Players can also unlock and choose from over 300 characters, the most ever in a Lego Star Wars game. 300 characters. That's cool, man.
That's so many. That's so many.
I love it, man. Give me all the characters. I'm sure they didn't even add everybody they could have too, man. To be honest.
Yeah. I'm curious.
And then they have like some deluxe editions where you can, depending on if you get it like physical or digital.
Let's have a look. See here at these.
You
look at that.
You have certain little things.
Helmet comes on and off on that one. That's neat.
Yeah. So I know that in the deluxe edition, they're gonna be having like character packs that are gonna be coming out that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on whether or not you buy it digital or physical, you also get like separate little extra bonuses, exclusives. Like for example, if you get it physical, then for like the PS5, for let's say, you'll get like an exclusive little Luke Skywalker drinking blue milk minifigure, little Lego minifigure.
Hey, that's cool.
But if you buy it like digitally, then you get like a classic Obi-Wan playable character. And what I mean by classic is, you remember, for those of you who have been with no Lego, you know that before they used to be all yellow instead of you know not yellow. So they're gonna have like the yellow colored skin
Ah,
characters playable, and Obi-Wan is one of the digital like exclusive thing that that you can get. But let's talk about these
interesting.
character packs real quick. So if you guys are wondering what these character packs are going to be, um there's going to be a total of, I think, 7 character packs. So they are the first one is the Mandalorian season 1, then the Mandalorian season 2. We have the Bad Batch, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, classic characters, which, like I just said, is the characters in yellow, like the yellow, uh the yellow bricks or skin or whatever you want to call it. Solo, a Star Wars story, and then Trooper pack. So those are the 7 character packs that are going to be coming out for the game, which is very exciting, I think. And yeah, I'm just super looking forward to this game. Can't wait to play it.
Yeah, looks like a load of fun.
But
Um,
with that, there's also some stuff that happened because
some
they
some not so great things, right?
some not so great things about this game. So
Unfortunately.
as much as we're all looking forward to this, there is a downside to have it, I guess, be the way that it is right now, because unfortunately there has been some extensive crunch over at TT Games
Mm,
uh to get this game uh ready for this year. And some of it doesn't sound good, to be honest. Like, let's see. So it says, in late 2017, development studio TT Games began work on Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga at a time when dozens inside the company were at odds with management, citing frustration over tight development schedules. The company's crunch culture and outdated development tools. More than 20 current and former TT Games employees uh, called for change over the years that had largely been ignored. Multiple people who worked at the studio. This is an article from Polygon that I'm reading, by the way. Multiple people who worked at the studio remember breaking down outside of work hours because of the workload and some of the stresses they were under. It was very soft-spoken blackmail, one of the former employees said. If people don't start doing overtime, there's going to be problems, although the problems were never specified. Uh,
I'm dropping mad frames right now, guys. I'm sorry. I think we're stable.
Some former staff even came up with a term to describe their experiences at the studio, referring to them as PTSD. Over the past few months,
That's not good.
yeah, no, it's not.
That's very bad.
Over the past few months, Polygon spoke to more than 30 current and former TT Games employees. All of them spoke anonymously due to non-disclosure agreements and a desire to avoid negative repercussions. They opened up about the studio's challenging work culture over the last decade and a half, and the Skywalker Saga's difficult development cycle. 2 years have passed since TT Games and publisher Warner Brothers Interactive announced the game, and it has been through 3 delays. Meanwhile, TT Games has seen high staff turnover and has undergone a change in management since development on the game began. So yeah, it's just not good, man. There's like low morale and just you know unreal expectations for what is, I think, up until this point, the biggest Lego game that they've ever done. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
it's
crazy.
it's
They just
crazy.
there's a lot of
Like,
stuff going on over there. If you guys want to go ahead and read the rest of that, because there's so much in there. First of all, for you, like, first of all, you should go over there and check it out for yourselves, and because there's just way too much to read. Like, you know, there's a
yeah,
lot of information in there. So
go
go
go get
go
Polygon
check
the
it out
View.
for
It
yourselves.
is their article.
Go
That's
give
why.
them their view, and yeah, it's nuts. They talk about all the a lot of stuff that's been going on. Like I said, the low morale, the unreal expectations, the things that have been going on under the new management, and just trying to find a way to make this trying to make the biggest the Lego game that they've done. So
Yeah, that's the thing. So this
yeah,
game is huge. Like, we don't even really know how huge it is. And just what they showed off that overview that we just watched, it seems gigantic fucking enormous, and that is a lot to put on a
yeah.
studio, right? Like, that's a lot. Um, and you know how we all feel about crunch here. We're not big fans of it. We're always in favor of just delays, but oof,
I
yeah,
mean, yeah, they've delayed it a few times already too. So I don't know.
it's a lot.
It's a tough thing, man, because
It's a tough thing.
they
Very
deal with
tough
a
thing.
lot of stuff over there, but it's yeah,
Yeah, that's rough.
it's just one of the things about the video game making world that is not great.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's kind of all I have to say on that. I hope that things improve over yonder. But what do we got next, guys?
Yep.
Before we continue, I'm really sorry that my internet connection keeps going down. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I am literally dropping so many frames right now that you guys probably can't even see what I'm saying right now. So, um, I don't know what's going on. Nobody's downloading anything in the house. I checked. So, if we die, we die. I'm just letting you know. Check the recording because that'll still be happening. Um, what do we got next, Daniel?
Next up, let's talk about Battlefield 42, Battlefield 2042 rather, and how they launched the zombie mode and immediately pulled it after it broke XP. So they said hopefully we can fix it in the future and keep it in alignment with standard game progression. Last week, DICE launched a new game mode for Battlefield 2042 called Zombie Survival. It would pit a small team of human players against a horde of undead, except, well, it lasted about a day before it had to be removed for reasons that had nothing to do with Zombie Survival itself. Justin Weeb, or YB, I apologies for mispronouncing your name. I called you Weeb, sir. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's your name or not. I'm sorry. It's spelled WIEBE. So, yeah. Anyway,
Name pronunciations are hard, man.
yeah, they are sometimes, man. Um. Anyway, so he said that most days, or he said that they removed the zombies mode and replaced it with the gun game. Hopefully, we can fix it in the future and keep it in alignment with standard game progression. We've also tightened our review process to make sure this doesn't happen again. Thanks for your patience and understanding. Um. So yeah, they added a new game mode and they broke fucking XP progression, which is not great.
No,
I
in
don't
this
know
game,
how. I
2042
don't
is
know
already
how they.
having issues. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like, that does not help.
like I remember like before this game came out. I remember how there was like a group of us that was excited to play this, and then it came out, and
Right.
like we just like, man, that sucks, dude. We were
I
all
feel
kind of
like
excited for this one.
this game would have benefited from a delay a little bit and
Yeah,
doing some more work on it. Unfortunately, we got what we got. Okay.
I feel
Um,
like with these types of games, they need to stop doing the yearly release shit and just come
mm,
out with one good game every however long, but like
truth.
just come out with a damn good game first instead of like trying to pump one out and make the
Nothing's
fucking crunch every year, you know?
nothing's really like. It's gonna sound shitty. I don't mean it to be shitty. Like, there's a lot of things that are having issues at the moment. Like the Battlefield thing is one thing. The Halo bugs that keep happening when you're trying to play multiplayer seems to be not
Oh god,
good.
that's annoying too, dude. Like we just want to be able to play big team battle, man. That shit just does not work.
There's a lot of that stuff is just not very good right now, unfortunately. Which I loved playing Halo, but then I I don't really like the progression system and all that stuff, and then which I haven't, which to be fair, I haven't played much Halo lately, and they may have changed some of that stuff. So, um, but
They have
I
like
know they were
in
working
like
on
the
it. So
XP stuff, they significantly change. You can level up quicker now for sure.
yeah, so I need to hop back in there and check, but not until they fix Big Team Battle because that's
I
what I
was gonna
liked.
say you should yeah, you should I would recommend waiting for the big team battle change. Yeah.
Seems to be just a lot of not very good going around right now, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Hope they get those things sorted out.
How are
2042, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. That seems like it's dead, to be honest.
how are all these FPSs that like everybody in the world is like trying to play all fucking broke and jank right now? Like what's going on, dude?
I don't know.
Like
And
these
what gets me is like, especially with Battlefield, because I understand that because they have 500 million of them. How is that not good? You've done this a billion times already. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be shitty, but uh, you needed a delay here, boys. I believe. Um,
Hmm.
much, much like my internet, it's broken. Um,
Yeah.
uh, uh, I don't know. I don't know, man. It kind of sucks because I was hyped for 2042. You can go back and watch
I
these
was too,
videos.
man.
We
It
were
looked
hyped for
great.
that shit.
Yeah.
We were all hyped for that shit.
I
And
know
now
Josh
look,
was like, "Yo, I haven't played any of these Battlefield games in a long time, but I still would,
I
looking
was like,
forward
that
to
looks
trying it
great.
out."
It looks
Yeah.
good. You know, the consolation is I got my copy with an SSD, so I don't feel that bad about it. But I would be bummed if I paid like the big bucks for it. You know what I mean? Like it's a
Yeah.
bummer. It's a bummer.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
get you, man.
let's stop with the bummer stuff. Let's move on to something else.
All right, we're gonna stop with the bummer stuff and move on to the
Is there
non-bummer stuff.
any breaking news? We got a
Not that
Pokemon
I know of.
Legends
You
thing.
wanna see anything? Oh, do they?
Do we want to look at this?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Let's check it out.
here we'll watch it in just a second. But I troll around, and apparently there's some people that have. I say troll around like I'm doing something bad. I look around. I read in different articles and stuff like that, particularly on Reddit. And apparently, this game there's physical copies out in the wild, and people have it, and they're playing it. Um,
Which game? Pokemon?
Pokemon Legends Arceus,
Oh, I feel like I've heard that as well.
yeah, or however you say it.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
Arceus. I mean, I honestly would say
but
that.
apparently, it's good. Um,
Mm.
I'm not gonna say a lot on it because I'm like that's stuff that's out there, and people can't all got their hands on it. But apparently, if this is a Pokemon that a lot of people are gonna like, but I also wonder like once it's in the hands of all the fans, you know, if there's gonna be like, there's probably gonna be a divide, right? Where people are like, I hate this, so I'm gonna stick with the other one, and then there's gonna be people like, I
Yeah,
love this, and I want this going forward. You know what I mean? So that seems to be
yeah.
like a thing that's gonna
Like,
happen.
I feel like I'm more like I would prefer more this new game as opposed to the older ones. Like, I think the older ones are all right,
Mm,
but like I've never really like I was mainly just like I'm a collect Pokemon and that's it. Like I don't really care for the whole like I'm a battle them aspect. Which
Yeah.
I know that might be blasphemy for some people, but I'm just like, dude, that's why I like Pokemon Go so much, because all I gotta do is catch Pokemon and be like, yo, look at all these cool Pokemon I got. You know?
Yeah,
But anyway.
I'm gonna check this game out. I think I'm gonna do it. I hopped in Discord the other night with another friend, and they were like, "Are you good?" First thing they said to me is like, "Are you getting the new Pokemon game?" And then they said, "Did you make it big on Twitch yet?" And I was like, "Nah, but I am gonna get the Pokemon game." He's like, "Listen, Mr. Big Time Twitch streamer." I'm like, "Bro, come on. I do a podcast once a week with my buddy.
He said,
That's
listen,
not big."
man, I can do one of those things, and what I can do is I can get that game, right?
I can get the game. I can do the Pokemon, but I need you to lay off on the Mr. Big Time Twitch stuff, okay? Because it hurts me. Because that's not happening at the moment.
Yeah.
But no. Anyway, to move on, we can watch this. Daniel, I sent it to you in the DM.
I got it.
This is 6 minutes long, so I'm not sure if we'll watch the whole deal, but we might. My internet connection is
it's all
not
good.
getting any more stable, so this is gonna be great. If you want to count us down, Daniel.
3, 2, 1, play.
Let's check this stun gun out.
This just seems already very like. I mean, I know we've been saying this since the game was announced, but very Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
Especially this trailer is making it seem that way too. With like, here's all this wide open world you can explore, and like listen to this music, sounds Zelda-esque, and you know, look at all of this.
Pokemon are terrifying creatures. Look at that thing it's shooting at you. Oh,
not yet learned to coexist.
she's talking. She's chatting.
Humans and Pokemon.
This land is the Hisui region.
Hisui
It will
region.
come to be known as the
Okay.
Sinnoh region.
Ah,
And at this
so
time,
Sinnoh.
the ecology of its wild Pokemon remains unknown. Therefore, many people still fear Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Such people live together in Jubilife Village, where this story begins. Your goal is to research the Pokemon of this region.
Please tell me I can take off that whack ass hat, man. I was never a
As
big fan of
member
those
the
hats.
Galaxy Expedition team,
The little
Sure
the
you
little
can.
the paperboy hat
being this
or whatever you
Yeah.
fucking call him. I don't even know what you call him.
Strive to complete the first Pokédex in the
I'm sure
region.
you'll be able to.
Research begins at a base camp from which you'll embark on excursions.
So you're a Pokemon
You can
researcher,
catch
okay?
wild Pokemon
Cool.
with Pokeballs.
Look at these ancient Pokeballs, man. They look very steampunky.
I'm about it. I want one in real life. Somebody make one, give it to me. Oh,
Be warned, not every Pokemon is so easy to catch. In such an event, one option is to challenge them to a battle.
yeah, let's fight them.
Command your Pokemon to weaken the
Beat 'em
opponent,
up.
and it should be easier to catch. Pokemon behaviors
Beat-
vary in the Hisui region.
Beat that poor animal and let us put it in a ball. Let's go.
They may live in groups, or they may flee upon sensing your
Let us
presence.
capture it.
The
Goodness.
aggressive sort will attack without hesitation. Some are much more powerful than you. If danger comes your way,
God damn, could you imagine getting
Oh,
killed
hell
by
no,
Snorlax? That's not
Fuck
okay.
that, dude.
That
That'd be
dude's
awful.
he's gonna fall asleep on you and you're gonna die.
you can let your team of Pokemon recover their health.
Hell no.
Professor Laventon, a researcher on the Galaxy Expedition team,
The fuck is he
provides
wearing?
research support.
What a whack ass hat, bro.
Report
Yeah, I don't
back
know
to
what that
Professor
is.
With any and all
The rest of the
research,
suit's
and
fine.
Information will be entered into the Pokédex.
I don't know what
There
that
are
guy's
various
thinking, man.
research tasks available,
Uh,
including number caught and times you've seen it use moves.
oh, that's neat.
As you fulfill these tasks, such entries will populate.
Wurmple. Ponyta. Preparing for
The
research.
central hub for your research is Jubilife Village.
This is like a.
It's a great place to prepare for.
I like how they have
excursions.
the old school little
Visit the
village
general
doors,
store, where you can purchase
stores,
items
buildings.
in-game
Goddamn.
currency.
Yeah.
and then they have the
Or
big ass
use the
fucking
craft
research
craft
mall
using the materials you've
where you
gathered.
go into.
The Pokemon you've caught can
Look
be
at the
learned.
Onyx.
Hey.
Oh, that's a homie right there.
Pastures, huh?
The clothier and hairdresser. let
There you go,
customize
Josh.
your
Yes!
clothing
Oh
and
my god, I
your
could be a karate outfit. Cobra Kai, never die. Let's do it.
Baby.
Yeah, let's go.
Head to the photography studio to
I
take
I
pictures,
I knew it.
take
I'm like, a game
Pokemon.
like this is gonna have to let you change.
They ain't gonna make nobody's gonna play that game with that whack ass hat on. Look at this dude. Looks like a fucking go deliver a newspaper somewhere, bro. You ain't no Pokemon.
This is just a generic, like, here's your character. You know?
Yeah.
Captain Silene, you will carry
Silene
out
and
Pokemon
Commodore.
research and survey missions.
Silene,
In doing
that's cool.
so, you will grow as a team member and eventually explore
Nice.
new areas of the region.
Cool.
This is neat. How about it? It's
Studying
definitely
Pokemon
different.
with special
Huh.
powers
Oh, yeah.
will allow you to ride them.
Very much so.
Oh man, I'm gonna go surfing on that fish.
With the aid of your Pokemon, your research will take you to greater areas of the region. Eventually,
Interesting. Dropping
you will
frames,
come to
doing
love
great,
our
awesome.
Noble Pokemon, respected by the people of Hisui,
Almighty Sinnoh.
frenzied by a mysterious power.
Dang, that homie got axes. He got the dab axes.
Cleaver, dude, that's his name.
Just such an occasion,
Yeah.
special balms have
Balms.
been created to calm them.
Oh, man, you can't throw pocket sand at this homie. He ain't gonna do no good.
Pocket sand. That's pretty much what it is, yeah. Well, it looks like, at least.
I'm sorry, guys. I haven't slept. That means you got sassy, Josh, and you're gonna have to deal with him.
Fucking pocket sand, bro. That's funny.
Vast lands and wild threats await you.
Do you have a favorite Pokemon, Daniel? Do you have like
I
one
do.
that is like who you got?
And what
Dragonite,
is
that's
the
my boy.
mythical Pokemon
Dragonite?
Arceus?
Yes, sir.
I always liked the martial art ones. I don't know if I had a particular favorite. Maybe the Machamp.
Yeah, some of those are pretty
The
cool.
story of
I did like the
right here
Gyarados
in
is pretty
the
cool.
Hisui region.
I like the
Gyarados is
Scyther. Scyther's pretty cool, dope. Fucking
Yeah,
scissor
I've
arms.
always liked
January
Scyther as
28th
well.
on the Nintendo
And,
Switch system. Digital pre-orders are available now.
What's
on
the other
Nintendo
fighting
eShop.
ones that you were talking
Oh
about?
shit,
Was it
this comes out in
Hitmonlee?
like 4 days. Damn. All right.
Yeah, this is very soon.
Sorry, what were you saying? I talked over you. I didn't mean to. You were
No,
talking
I was just
about
saying,
the
this-
fighting
speaking
ones?
of Gen 1 fighting Pokemon, like, you know, Scyther's cool, like Hitmonlee, you know, those
Mhm.
kind of guys.
Oh man, I
like
always liked those guys. Yeah, I was always I always liked the
Yeah.
fighting types. I don't know why. I just thought they looked fucking cool.
Well, they do.
All right, what else is there? Let's see here. Is there any other news out
Yeah,
there?
good. Give
There's
it another check, another look.
There's a 45-minute video for Elden Ring that we are
Wow.
not gonna watch, but it's out there if you guys want to see it. But hell no to me. Let's see here. Sometimes we'll talk about mods on this show, and I'm going to talk about this one because I've seen this already, but I'm going to look at it again. So, we all know how Josh feels about Blizzard. We all know Blizzard's in the news right now because of Microsoft's going to buy them and what's going to happen over yonder. But, if you're like me, you started with a little game called Warcraft 3 back in the day. And that's what probably made some of you the first fans of Blizzard for the first time, which was what happened to me. Well, a little while later, many years later, World of Warcraft happened, and fast forward, next thing you know, you got Warcraft 3 Reforged, and it was a shit show by Blizzard. Not very good. They kind of backtracked and were a little shitty and snotty at times because they made billions of dollars and decided that made them the right to be the most arrogant fucks that there ever was. But instead, what has happened is that they've had quite a fall from grace. But we're gonna talk about Warcraft 3 Reforged. I'm not gonna shit on Blizzard. But I'm gonna raise something up. So there's a mod out there that's in progress, not completely done. Over there, by is the author of this fucking mod named in this article. Anyway, there is a mod maker, Insane Monster, I guess, is the mod maker name. That has done what Blizzard decided they didn't want to do, and that was take Warcraft 3 Reforged and make a mod that actually redoes the game like people wanted. So there's a little trailer here Oh, I didn't even realize there was a trailer. Shit, we can watch this trailer. I like how the name of the mod is Warcraft 3 Re-Reforged. So I'm gonna post this, Daniel. If you want to check it out with me, we sure can.
Yeah.
I think what's available now from the mod is the tutorial, some bonus missions, and I think the first 5 human missions are available now with the mod. So
Interesting.
we got a quick little trailer here. We can watch this for you guys.
Check it out. Yeah.
If Daniel wants to count us down, let me throw you over there so you can see.
All right. Yes. We ready?
I believe we are. I have you up. I have 'em up.
3, 2, 1, play.
Check it out.
Our scouts have confirmed that there is an orc encampment hidden somewhere over the next bridge.
Alright, this looks a little whack in the face. Just saying.
Damn. These orcs
Uther.
will never surrender.
Uther.
Then let's get in there and destroy the beasts.
Remember, Arthas, we are paladins. Vengeance cannot be a part of what
We are
must
paladins.
I get like nostalgia as fuck when they talk.
It's as if the land around that granary is
Yeah.
dying.
Jaina.
Jaina, still in the game, by the way. Current World of Warcraft.
Plague necromancer. Is this cult you're doing?
He looks like
Dead ranks of
stiff in the
foes every
face,
time one of our
Arthas.
warriors falls in battle.
Well, I mean, I guess there's probably only so much you could do, right? But like,
Yeah.
Then feel free to tag along, Uther. I'm going.
I think the model looks good. There's just something weird with the faces. That's all. Like the armor and all that shit looks dope. Zombies. Actually, Reforged in-game cinematics. You know what I needed is like I needed a side-by-side
Yeah.
to
Be able to
tell me
the-
what's all
the
different.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
But the comments seem to be like people are praising this thing, so. That fucking music, oh my god. Remember when Blizzard wasn't a bunch of arrogant pricks that only cared about money, guys? It was awesome. Oh, and also the sexual harassment. They also, you know, that too. Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna read the comments because I'm sure somebody's probably got a breakdown in here that talks about it. Okay, here's what it says. It says, I recently played through this mod and can only say if this had been the Reforged campaign we did get, I'd been more than happy. That said, it's currently only 10 missions long so far. The Orc Prelude, which is the tutorial, plus 3 formerly demo exclusive missions, which were meeting the Darkspear Trolls, and the first 5 human missions from Reign of Chaos. The recently released human missions are especially a treat. The maps are remade from scratch. There are custom models and animations used for atmosphere. The gameplay offers some new twists in each mission, but at the same time, it keeps the feel of the originals intact. Cinematics have been remade in a more cinematic style, akin to what was shown at Reforged's original reveal. That's right, there was that whole debacle at a BlizzCon. They showed this, and then they like backtracked on what they showed, which is, you know, par for the course. The mod also introduces many callbacks for lore fans, referencing the books and comics, as well as some things folks might know from World of Warcraft. There's now a dynamic map system in place, allowing for expanding the map and making certain parts available, akin to what some StarCraft 2 missions do. And just a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So if you're interested in that mod, check it out. Over there at that place. Here into the Reforged, that is. What else do we have? 20 minutes a game. Is there some event going on right now? There must be, because there's a bunch of things out here that are like, here's a 20-minute gameplay reveal for the Waylanders, and
I don't know if there is. I wasn't aware of it, to be honest.
I don't know what it is. Maybe
Yeah,
just
I
a
don't
bunch of
know.
stuff is dropping because it's Monday and there's not a lot of news. That could also be a thing.
Could be.
I think we can move on, Daniel. I'm not seeing anything.
All right.
Good
Well,
Lord.
let's move on over to the TV news, man.
Let's hit
That's
it.
all we got for the games.
That be all there is.
All right.
That I don't need. Okay.
First piece of news we got here is that King of the Hill, yes, you heard me, King of the Hill is coming back again.
Dang old King of the Hill, man. You got dang old
Greg
Hank Hill
Daniels
coming
and
back
Mike
in?
Judge.
Goddamn.
Goddamn right.
Mhm,
Mike
goddamn right.
Judge and Greg Daniels discuss their new animation company. So their company Bandera will executive produce Bad Crimes, which is a comedy starring Nicole Byer and Lauren Lupkus, and a few other things. But they have also been talking about bringing back King of the Hill. So let's see what exactly they said here.
Yes, Loki. King of the Hill. Remember that pocket sand reference earlier? Boom. I totally knew this was coming. I actually had not looked ahead. I did not realize. But it works.
But yeah, they've been there actually isn't really like a whole lot of details in this. I thought that was gonna be
no,
more,
there's
but,
there's like a sprinkling of other shit in here is what I'm getting out of it.
They're basically like they got their new animation company and they had a lot of stuff in the works, and one of those things is bringing back King of the Hill. Also they're talking about a show that is like if Breaking Bad was a half-hour comedy, so that's interesting. But yeah, so there isn't really a whole lot of information, at least in this article, but they're bringing back King of the Hill in some way.
I saw a post where somebody said that Mike Judge said that if he ever did King of the Hill again, he would age the characters up. And then it led into a whole discussion about what Bobby is doing for a living, and somebody said he's an ASMR streamer.
Oh my god!
and that the first episode would be Hank not understanding how it works, and then he tries to do it with propane and fails. And I was like, "Fuck! I kind of want to see that." Dude. I was like, "That sounds like vintage King of the Hill." Like, let's do it.
That shit,
It was so stupid. I want that to be a real thing. But that's not. That's totally not. Other than I think he will age up the characters. Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'd be up for that. Because usually like in animation they don't do that. They just keep the characters.
They go back.
Forever.
They leave them frozen in time.
Yeah. How many years of The Simpsons and they've looked the same since the beginning, or not? I mean, that's not true. They did look different at the beginning, but you know what I mean. Like they've never aged.
Look, Bart looked like a kid before I was born. And he still looks like a kid, and I'm in my 30s now.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Like they've never aged them. You know what I mean? Like
Maggie's been a baby for fucking so many years.
Forever, for a lifetime, yeah. Which there has been some. I say that, but there's been some episodes here and there where they're like, "Oh, here's what they would look like in the future," but they never actually go into the future. It's just like they're like kind of like stuck in time, you know. If that makes sense.
I don't understand why they. All right, weird Simpsons side rant. I don't know why they don't do that. Why don't they just age the characters up? You've had how many fucking seasons and it's still going?
They just look the same, yeah. Same thing for South Park. Like they again, like all these Family Guy, all these shows, they continue to look the same, like season after season.
They have
you know?
33 seasons, 717 episodes. For Christ's sake, take a chance. Okay? Age them a little bit. I don't think it's going to kill you. Also, my favorite episode's the Hank Scorpio episode. You got a favorite episode of Simpsons?
Oh man, I don't think I do. There's a lot of like different ones I like here and there, but I couldn't tell you like the name of an episode or anything like that.
I don't remember the name of the episode with Hank Scorpio. Oh, it's called You Only Move Twice. That's right, because they killed James Bond in that episode, or a James Bond look-alike. I love that episode, which is funny because we've been watching James Bond.
Yeah.
Weird side rant. I apologize, but seriously, 700 episodes,
Yeah,
33 seasons. I think
it's crazy.
you've made your money.
Like, yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Anyway, next up we have a premiere date for the Boys Amazon spinoff called Diabolical.
I forgot this was a thing.
Season 3 of The Boys won't return until the summer, but this spring we can sink our teeth into The Boys Presents Diabolical, an animated offshoot for the show. It's set to debut on March 4th, and Diabolical features 8 12 to 14 minute episodes that each tout their own animation style. The series will reveal unseen stories within the Boys universe with the help of Aquafina, Garth Ennis, Elliot Glazer, Ilana Glazer, Evan Goldberg, and Seth Rogen. And there's more names: Simon Rakiopa. Hopefully I said that right. Justin Roiland, Ben Bayouth, Andy Samberg, and Aisha Tyler. So yeah, we have a release date on that. It's March 4th.
8 12 to 14 minute episodes that each
have
tout their own style. This is the Animatrix, but the Boys. That's what this is. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of things that are doing this now. Like Star Wars Visions was like this, which I like that. I kind of like that.
I like it.
How about it?
I like it if it's something I care about. I don't know if I would like it for something when I say care about, something I really love, which is Star Wars or Marvel, right? Like kind of with their what ifs, which wasn't short episodes, but but they were all different kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know how I will feel about The Boys because I like The Boys. I don't love The Boys.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting. I mean, look, 8, 12 to 14 minute episodes. Shit, you knock that out.
Knock
Easy.
that out in no time.
Yeah. That's standing on your head, TV watching. What else we got?
Next up, we have the title announcement for the Amazon Lord of the Rings show. We have a title. It is called Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power.
Oh damn!
And Amazon dropped a little title announcement video for that. So when you're ready, we'll count it down.
Yeah, let's get it. I haven't watched this yet, but people are losing their minds of it on Twitter. I saw that. Let's check this out.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Let's check her out. Look at that.
Prime Video.
Oh, that music.
Right? Great.
Three rings for the Elven Kings. Under the sky. 7 for the Dwarf Lords. In their halls of stone. 9 for mortal men, doomed to die. 1 for the Dark Lord, on his dark throne. In the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie.
There you go, Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power.
It's gonna be interesting, man. I can't wait to check that out.
Oh, do we have a little behind the scenes video on how they were able to accomplish that? If you want to check that out as well,
let's check her out. Let's
click
check
on
her
that
out.
little thing right there, and we can see how they were able to accomplish it. Because that was practical.
Oh my God! Stop playing. Sorry, I'm trying to get it over to the YouTube. There we
Alright.
go. They're playing. I'm playing it now. It's playing.
All right.
Look at that spaghetti sauce.
Yeah.
Yummy.
That's what they were able to do. Check that out.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I hope somebody's like, listen, you can't fuck this up. We only got one shot. Look at this stuff. You know what I mean? That would be so nerve-wracking.
Sick.
That's cool. A little behind the scenes. I like that.
Yeah. There was like a picture of like what's his name, Bezos, with the fucking plaque or whatever afterwards, and I was like, "Yep, there you go."
He's
You
gonna
did
take it to space. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that show. Obviously gonna be about the Rings of Power, but other than that, I don't know what we're all gonna see, but it's gonna be fun. I hope. Why does that have a date? It's this year,
Yeah,
right? Was that
it
what's
is
the
this
date
year.
on that?
We talked about it during our preview.
24 hours, Daniel. My brain
show.
is goo right now. I don't remember anything.
It's coming out on September 2nd.
That's right. We got a long wait on this. That's fine. We got other stuff.
We have plenty of stuff in the meantime.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Next up, we have a Godzilla and Kaiju monster TV series in the works from Legendary and Apple.
Shh. You guys hear that? That's Jake squeeing. I can hear it. All the way from many states away.
So Apple TV is partnered with Legendary for a new original live-action show based on the creatures of the mysterious monster tracking organization seen in the popular films. Hailing from Legendary Television, the show will be executive produced by Chris Black, the sci-fi veteran behind Star Trek Enterprise, and the Robert Kirkman series Outcast, Matt Fraction, known best for his award-winning comic book work such as Marvel Comics' Hawkeye. The two will act as the show's co-creators, with Black as the showrunner. Also producing are Safe House Pictures' Joby Harold and Tori Tunnel, as well as Hiro Matsuoka and Takemasa Arita of Toho Co. Limited. Toho is the owner of Godzilla and other ancillary characters. So Legendary, as we know, has been taking care of the Godzilla stuff over here in the States since 2014's Godzilla. You know, with the whole MonsterVerse thing, set of movies that we've been having since then. So yeah, I'm actually curious, like what they're gonna do with this, you know? Because after, like, where do you think? Here's my question: where do you think we go after like Kong versus Godzilla? You know, that was the most recent thing. Where do we go after that? Like,
I don't know.
What's the next thing?
I don't know. Maybe
because I feel like it was kind of building up to that, but then now that we had that, it's kind of, you know, like, where do we go from here?
maybe we go to New York and blow up Madison Square Garden. I don't know. I don't know.
Not MSG.
No, not again. Not like
again.
that. Not Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, you got to bring him back and fucking Hank Azaria and all.
No,
that shit,
I don't know where we go. I don't know. That's right. He's in that fucking movie, and we were just talking about Simpsons. Holy shit.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know where we go, to be honest with you. I like the kind of current incarnation of Godzilla. I don't know, man. I don't know. It'll be fun. I imagine whatever they do. It's a big giant fucking monster. How can it not be fun? I know that sounds dumb, considering we were just talking about probably one of the worst movies, or most hated movies rather, of Godzilla. But
it's just like, how hard is it to get these giant monsters and make them fight, bro? Like you know what I mean?
Stop showing us the people. We don't give a fuck about that. We care about Godzilla. God damn it!
I want to see some giant monsters fight. God damn it!
I want to see giant monsters. We care about Godzilla, his main squeeze, Mothra, and beating the shit out of Kong sometimes. It's I don't know. I honestly I have no clue. I know I'm being really silly, but I don't know where you go after what just all the other stuff that happened. They got some cool dudes working on it, I guess. Fucking Hawkeye guy, comic Hawkeye guy.
Yeah, and as soon as I said that, you were like, hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
My brain took up a solid shape for a minute. All right, what do we got next?
The last thing we have here is Mary Elizabeth Winstead is joining Rosario Dawson in the Ahsoka series. So Mary Elizabeth Winstead is joining the Star Wars universe along with Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, Hayden Christensen and reprising his role of Anakin, and Natasha Liu Bordizzo as Sabine, and a few other people like Ivana Sakno, which she is. Her character is kind of like we don't really know who she's going to be right now, but
Yeah,
there
it's gonna
have
be.
been
I
people
was gonna
have
ask
been
you.
like wondering and like thinking like who could she be, because it's if we're gonna be going into the Ahsoka series, it's like, well, who we already know we have Sabine in here. She's gonna be along with Ahsoka. Who else is somebody that Ahsoka like either interacted with in the past or somebody knew that that could interact with her? And I know some people have been like, yo, well, maybe she's like I don't know. What are some of the things I've heard? Some of the things I've heard are not even like don't even make sense. Like I know somebody was like, "Oh, what if they bring back Padme?" Like if they, I'm like, dude, if they brought back Padme, they'd bring back Natalie Portman. Like, come on, like what are
That's
you
true.
thinking, man? Hera, I think, is another one I heard. Which Hera would be cool, but I don't know who you. I don't know if Mary Elizabeth Winstead is the choice for that.
What if she's just a new character? You could just be
I
somebody new, right?
she could, yeah, which I'd be totally fine with, like
I would say no one who's coming back for this. I think she's a new character. That's what I put my money on
yeah.
personally. I know it's always fun because people are always like
People like to speculate.
Disney. Well, here's the other thing. Disney really likes to cash in on our childhood, our nostalgia, whatever, our fandom, right? Like by bringing back people we know. But sometimes it's just a new character.
It is, yeah.
So I think my money's on new character, but could be playing somebody established.
Yeah, we'll see.
She's got a good look. She got a good. It's gonna sound weird. She got a good face. What I mean is like she's got a very distinct face. You know what I mean? Like she could play just
Yeah.
like very interesting characters. Is what I'm getting
And
at.
also, she is another thing that people may not know. That is a thing is that she's actually I don't know if she's I don't actually I don't think I was gonna say if they were married, but I don't think they are. But she had a child with Ewan McGregor. So her and Ewan McGregor are a thing. So that's another thing of note. Which maybe she could possibly appear in his show too. I don't know. Although I don't know, man. That might not be a thing. But I'm just like trying to think of like what could happen there. But I don't know. We shall see. We shall see.
Yep, that's interesting. That's cool. That's cool shit. I always love Star Wars shit. All right. Is that the last thing for the TV news?
For the TV news, it sure is, my friend.
All right. Let's move on. Shall we?
Yes. All right. So, TV news. We have not or movie news rather. Jesus. We don't have a whole lot in here either cuz there's just I don't know, just a slower week for
January
movies
is where news goes to die, and you never get any
to
of
die.
it.
It's where movies go to die too.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, we have a couple things. One of them is the Batman's runtime has been revealed. The Batman with Robert Pattinson, directed by Matt Reeves, is going to be has an official runtime for 2 hours and 47 minutes without end credits.
Fuck yes.
So it is going to be quite a bit of a long movie.
Make sure you take a bleak before you go in. Or
Yep.
you would be the bad way.
So now that we know this, clocking in at 167 minutes without credits, the Batman is set to become one of the longest comic book movies ever. Only Avengers Endgame and Zack Snyder's Justice League are longer.
Damn.
So that is kind of crazy, ain't it? But
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Batman finds Robert Pattinson in the footsteps of all the other Batmen that have come before him, and he's going to be with Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle, Paul Dano as Edward Nashton / the Riddler, Jeffrey Wright, James Gordon, John Turturro, Carmine Falcone, Peter Sarsgaard as Gil Coulson, and Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth, and let us not forget also Colin Farrell as Oswald Cobblepot / the Penguin. But yeah, that's pretty cool. There has been screenings for this movie already as well. There like people have seen it already. They were like doing screenings at like IMAX theaters and whatnot. So there's people out there who have seen this movie already, which is kind of crazy considering it comes out in like 3 months.
I read some folks saw a 4-hour cut of this movie.
Probably. I mean, if the movie's almost fucking 3 hours.
Which if they have a 4-hour cut, imagine how much stuff that is in this movie. Like that's crazy.
I know, right?
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Like an hour. It's insane. But yeah, I'm hyped, man. That I seriously cannot wait for this movie. It's one of my most anticipated of the year.
So pretty soon.
The only other thing I have here is that Knives Out 2 is expected to drop in late 2022, so later this year, and the fall festival debut is likely to happen.
Cool.
So yeah, that's pretty much all we got for the movie news.
That's
not a whole lot
news.
this week. That's fine because sometimes that is the way it is.
That is the way currently. That is.
And
you guys know the drill.
I even checked before we got to this, before the stream, and to see if there was any other news. But there's just a slow week.
It's the drill. It's the way it always is this time of year. Yeah. It's okay. We'll be in February soon. We'll be crying over no Valentine's Day dates and playing Horizon. So, and then all the news will be flowing. It'll be great. You know who our dates are? Fucking Aloy's our date. All right, she's gonna take us. She's gonna take us on an adventure. Okay, to kill some fucking machine monster guys. That got weird. We're gonna take a break and we'll come back and we'll build something tabletop RPG related. I'm not saying what because we'll figure it out when we get back. Don't go anywhere. I'll put the music on for you guys, and I need to pause the recording and put my glasses on so I can fucking see to do this. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and we are back to the Clockwork Cantina. Sorry for the little bit of a long-ish break. I had to make some food arrangements because when I get off here, I'm gonna be really hungry.
Shit, I'm already hungry, man.
I'm actually starving right now. So first things first, Daniel. Remember when I got my collector's edition of this Doom book? This one right here. The new one.
Uh,
I have the camera
yes.
up. I don't know if you can see me. There you go.
Yeah.
So I
I see it.
finally opened it out of the packaging last night,
Mhm.
and I flipped it over on the back, and look, it's got a thopter.
Hey, it's a thopter.
And like Dune is on there, and I think that's a sandal. I think it's supposed to be.
Shai-Hulud.
I think it's a Shai-Hulud. We're not gonna use this book, but when I looked at this last night, I was like, I'm gonna send Daniel a picture on Discord of this thopter, and I was like, no, wait, we're doing a thing tomorrow, so I'll just show it to you then.
Yeah.
We're not gonna
That's
use
cool.
this book. 'Cause this book, Daniel, by the way, if you looked in this book, this would spoil the shit out of Dune for you.
Uh-oh.
Like, it has the whole history of the planet during the movie, after the movie, into the future, like the whole deal.
Yeah, it makes sense though for you. You know, if you're getting a book like that, you kind of want
Yeah.
to do that, right?
Because that's what this is. This is like, look, they got Fremen classes in here. Fremen ecologist, Fremen infiltrator, Fremen. I say classes. The Dune book doesn't really have classes as much as like you have stats and you pick a couple of feats and that kind of makes you into a class.
Yeah.
We gotta figure out how to play this game. But yeah, this book's really cool. But we're not gonna use this book because this book is not what we use. Let's teach you how to make a. Do you remember in the movie? Because that's all you've seen of Dune, so that's why I'm like, remember the movie? In the movie, they talk about Fremen sieges, which is like Fremen hideouts.
Yeah.
That book right there has rules for making a siege. So it technically it's kind of similar to the Dune book. The Dune book, the other book, the other RPG book rather. So if you want to, we can make a house. We could use it technically, and I think it would actually kind of fit in your world because it's kind of a.
Yeah, we could try doing that.
If you're interested in doing it,
yeah, let's do it.
I don't know how long this is gonna last. By the way, guys that are watching this recording or listening,
we could talk about grapes too if you want.
Yeah, we could talk about that as well. Which would you rather do first?
Well, since we're already on the topic of the house or the siege building, let's go ahead and do that. And then after that, we'll talk about grapes. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna open Foundry. I'm gonna open Foundry of all things, guys.
Oh my goodness, Foundry.
I haven't used it to play an actual game in like 2 years, but you know we can use it to build this because Foundry. For those of you that don't know what Foundry is a program that you can buy, one-time purchase, that is used. It's called Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you haven't figured out what it does, lets you use it. It has a bunch of different game systems in it. People make them and you can import them and all that jazz. There is one for Dune called Dune Adventures in the Imperium. So we're gonna use that. Can I screen share this? Can I show? Not screen share. Can I capture this? Can I window capture this? You guys could see this. I don't think it really matters. Dune Clockwork. We're going to use Dune. Create world. We're going to launch that and hope it works with the current version of this.
Yes.
Awesome. Create. No, not scene. We're in the wrong tab. Create house. Oh, we need to name it. Let me open up my Dune PDF here. So even though I have physically, I have like 4 copies of the Dune RPG book because I got an extra one. I'm using the PDF because I don't feel like dragging out the actual physical book and trying to fight with it over here.
Oh yeah.
All right, where is my creating the house? Chapter 3.
Before you start that, I'm looking at the Clockwork Land. Our
I also have that open.
We got here. Are we doing it in a new tab or where
yeah, we can do a new tab. I was gonna do that as well. Hold up.
All right.
I have so many things open.
Yeah. Good.
Are you making a new tab or you want me to do it? What happened to my mouse?
I can do that. Quick.
All
What do
right.
we want to? What do we want to call this?
You could just put. You can add a politics tab. You can just call it politics if you want to.
That works.
It is chapter 3. Also, I just want to say this is the first time we've gone almost an entire podcast without your camera, not your camera, but OBS Ninja turning you green or invisible.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great. What page is chapter 3? What chapter am I on? That's chapter 8. Goddamn, that's way in the wrong direction. This is character creation. Wait, do you have bookmarks? You do. I'm dumb. Here we go. Awesome.
All right. So what are we starting with first, Josh?
First thing is we need a name for this house.
Okay.
This is your world, Daniel. We have name generators out there.
So I
Uh,
think it would be kind of fun since we're kind of using a Dune, since we're utilizing something from the Dune book to create
yes.
this house. I think, let me know what you think, but I think it would be kind of cool if we kind of made this house name kind of like a I don't want to say an Easter egg, but kind of like a little bit of an homage to Dune. So
Okay.
let's say we name this house something Dune related, maybe like combining two
Something Dune related.
things together and um making it into a whole other thing. That's kind of like in reference to that, like, yo, shout out to Dune. Because I
Hell
think it's
yeah.
cool when you like, reference other stuff that, I mean, as we say this all the time, but it's always cool how when you reference or take from things that you love or like.
Yeah, of course. And we can
So
definitely do that. So let me
I think
think.
maybe we can do that. So like, yeah. So as the person who's uh more knowledgeable in the world of Dune, Josh, how many different without like spoilers, how many different houses are there that you can
Um.
name off the top of your head?
Oh Jesus, dude! Really, the only 3
There's
that I
too
can
many.
remember are like the 3 from the movie, which is
Harkonnen,
House
Atreides, yeah.
and Carino. Carino, you haven't met Carino too much yet, but that's the Emperor's house. He's been mentioned, but he's Emperor Shaddam, uh, the fourth. Um, but there are a ton. I think there's a lot of houses in Dune. Um, and they all have. And here's the thing in the book, and when I say the book, the PDF. There's minor houses, there's major houses, and then there's great houses. And to give you an idea of that, like a great house is like Harkonnen, is like Atreides, is like Carino, although Carino is the emperor. But there are there's a fuckload of them basically. So a
All
lot
right,
of
so
the houses also in Dune are kind of based on real cultures, right? Like the Atreides are meant to be Greek, even though they're white as fuck. Well, they're white as fuck for the most part in the movies, um,
yeah.
and in the miniseries and stuff. They're always white dudes, but they're not supposed to be necessarily white dudes. They're supposed to be olive skinned Greeks, kind of. That's why the whole bull motif is like their thing, right? Like that's from the movie. in the book. It's mentioned. And like Harkonnen, what are the Harkonnen based on? I always thought of them as like Russians, but I don't think they are. um, I think they're based on something else. Yeah, they're based on Nazis. That's what how the Harkonnens are. They're Nazis.
Okay.
That's kind of what they are. I always think Russian because their main color that I knew them was red.
Yeah.
So they were kind of very Soviet. I don't know what the fucking names are. Like I forgot where the
Well,
names come
okay.
from.
So we can just make this simple. And how about let's call this cat rewind. Let's call this house uh let's call them House Atronin, dude. We'll just combine Atreides and Harkonnen together. We'll call them Atronin, dude. How about that?
Atronin. Okay, we can do that. Why not?
Atronen. Does that work for you?
Double N-E-N. Yeah, that looks cool.
There you go.
Okay. Sweet. All right.
We got
So,
that down.
I've opened Foundry here, and I think you guys will be able to see it. I think it'll be big enough. Boop. If I close this, will that stay up? Okay, good. How's that look on stream for you guys? I think that's okay. I think you can read what it is. Okay. All right. First step is so I'm reading the book as we kind of go. So if we slow down at times, I apologize. The first thing is how big do you want this house? Do you want it to be a like just getting started house, a minor house, a major house, or a great house? And
So
bear
there's
in
like four
mind,
different tiers, huh?
yes, bear in mind each of these have different things, so you might have more threats.
Gotcha.
The higher up you go, the lower you go, less threat. The higher you go, the more threats you have.
I kind of like the idea of making this house like maybe like an up and coming one, you know?
So like maybe like a minor house.
Yeah.
That way you get a little threat. I think that's where the game's even like you should start as a minor house.
Mhm.
All right, we can be a minor
So okay,
house.
let's make these guys a minor house. So they're like up and comers, you know?
A minor house growing. Maybe they just got promoted.
There you go.
All right. Domain. So write down one, just so you have it in there somewhere. One threat.
Got it.
All right. Next, I need you to write down. So next, we're gonna have domains, and I'm gonna explain what domains are. It says, having established a general level of your house, we now turn to what it produces or what it is famous for.
Yes.
As most houses rely on mercantile power and chom, which I don't think you know what chom is. It's chom is like shares like a it's don't worry about chom. All right, it's kind of think of it as like shares in a company kind of deal. Although maybe it doesn't come up very much in the movie because it's very lame. Your house may have several of these classed as either primary or secondary domains. A primary domain is the area of your house that it's most famous for. This is because it's something the house is considered to be one of the best in the entire universe at. So in our world, it would be your house is the best at this thing in the whole world. You're like the best. So Daniel, you're gonna have two domains. You're gonna have one primary domain, so you can put down one primary domain. Just write down one primary domain, and then write down one secondary domain. That way you know what you got. So we will get to that in just a moment. So for example, this might be a unique resource like spice, but it could be a common product your house is the unrivaled expert on. A primary domain. Oh, I lost my spot. Where did you go? A primary domain need not be especially glamorous, but its power is unmistakable. While many sneer at the Atreides pundi rice, it is a staple food on hundreds of planets. For the Harkonnens, their control of spice has made them vastly wealthy. But it is a power that can be taken by the Emperor. Can only be found in one place and is coveted by every other house and faction in the universe. Gaining a primary domain is one of the ways a house minor can distinguish itself. Although their patron house major, that's right, they'll have a house above them that's kind of like their patron, may take all the credit until they can move out of their shadow. No house major is worthy of the name without something they regard for as being the best at. All right, let's find where we got here. So a secondary domain is an area that the house is known for, but is not their main source of income. However, it is still lucrative. The house is considered a serious contender in this arena of business, but is far from controlling a monopoly. They're vying with several houses in their attempts to make it a primary domain, and the competition may be exceptionally fierce. This means the primary domain is a narrative aid to explain what your house really does, but a secondary domain shows where the house is in conflict and what business direction it is moving in. This is great for world building, by the way, because it's what you're good at. This is what we're really good at. Secondary domain. The secondary domain is where your story is going to come in with this house. Like, what do we got going on over here, kind of stuff. It's important to note that a house's domain are not the only area of business they are part of. Even a minor house will have several investments, and those of a planetary power are vast. It's up to the player group to decide what the primary and secondary domains of their houses actually are. To help you do this, we have provided several examples broken down into areas of expertise. You're welcome to pick all your domains from the same area of expertise, but you don't have to. It makes sense to create, for instance, a farming planet known for its farm machinery as a primary domain, and its training for stewards and farm workers as a secondary domain. However, a military world known for its arms manufacturing might be able to be recognized for great operas and factory supervisors. So I have a list of things over here, Daniel.
Okay.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be any of this. But there is like sorry, I'm just reading a part in the book here. So there's a domains, and then each of these domains are broken down. So for example, there's an artistic domain. It says artistic domains may not be very powerful, but they grant the house both fame and respect across the universe. Those famed for their performers might also use the opportunity to put spies within a traveling company. That's a spoiler, so I'm not going to say what that is. Because you haven't met them yet. But for example, the domain might be machinery. You make the best stage effects, scenery pieces, art, lighting, sound systems. Maybe you produce some of the best plays, poems, novels, comedy sketches. You know, it's all broken down in that to be very simple. So, so you would pick artistic as like the domain, and then like the other thing is just examples of what it could be. Espionage. So spies, secrets, surveillance devices, drones, jamming technology, that type of stuff. Spy masters, agent handlers, infiltrators, spies, agents, particular forms of espionage and counterintelligence, for example. So are all espionage things. So think of it in that kind of aspect. Think of it in, all right, there's machinery, there's things that this thing produces, there's this thing that you could be an expertise, like steward or a manager, workers, and then you just pick one. If I have a suggestion, Daniel, if I may, you don't necessarily
What's
have to go with
your,
this.
No, yeah. What's your suggestion?
Your world. I was looking at the world earlier in the Clockwork Land
Yeah.
world.
Yeah,
We
what
have
we have so far up until this point.
clone tech is possible. Maybe, all right, maybe this house are kind of like, the Kaminoans, right? Or Kaminoans, rather. Maybe they know how to make fucking clones. Maybe they're the only people that can make clones. Maybe they have the technology that produces clones.
I kind of like that suggestion.
Yeah. They're just saying that's out there for you. So if you wanted that as like your major,
Yeah, why not? Let's do it. I like that because I was actually thinking like, what, like this is a small up and coming house. What would be like the thing that they're are like the best at, or something that only they could do, right? So yeah, I
it's
like
still
that.
early. Here's the thing with it. You're really good at it. You have the technology, but it's still really early on. You're still learning. Gives you room to grow. That's why you're a minor house. You're not a major house. You haven't fully grasped it yet. So that is that is a thing.
We're gonna go with that. I think that's gonna be our primary.
Cloning tech. Maybe they're the only people that have it in the world at the moment. So like they have a whole monopoly on. You want a fucking clone? Oh god, your camera screwed up. I shouldn't have said that shit earlier.
It's okay.
Oh no, I've ruined it. It's my own fault. I cursed us. All right. So you have the cloning tech as your major thing.
Now, what would be the minor stuff?
It's a good question. This is something that you make money from. Not a lot of money. Not as like your cloning is like your big thing.
Cloning is the top of the top. That's how we make our bread.
You could do something like we're going. You could go military, right? And then we really are Star Wars.
That really would be, yeah.
or you could do in Dune it's called Canley, but like it's assassination, poison, assassins. Maybe you're an expert in this. Maybe you're good at making assassins. That's the kind of thing. It could be science, lab equipment, quarantine areas, scientific facilities. Science would really fit. I feel well here.
Yeah.
So you probably have some of the best scientists, researchers, lab assistants, managers. New scientific research. I feel like it really fits, to be honest with you. But it's ultimately up to you. There's also religion. It doesn't necessarily have to be linked to your primary. It's something you just it's kind of like in your repertoire. Yeah. Political, information, secrets, favors, diplomacy techniques, form of etiquette. Like it's the whole grand scheme of everything. Machinery, what it produces, expertise, workers, understanding. Like that's kind of how they break it down in the Dune book.
Yeah.
So this is entirely up to you. And it could be something that's not on the list. Here's the thing. It could be something that you think of.
Yeah.
This is just examples.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
All right.
I do kind of like the whole like assassin thing and also the science thing, but I'm trying to see if there's like something outside the box that I can maybe think of,
Espionage, spying. It's not the same as assassinating. You could be really good at making spies. and not necessarily making spies, but making surveillance devices. You know, you got you got a lot of advanced technology type stuff here. Maybe you're just really good at getting secrets from other houses. Which you could use this. I think it even says in here somewhere to use this to make houses. Like you can make enemies. Of not necessarily enemies or allies of your house, type of deal. Also, hi Val. I'm sorry. I'm looking at 3 monitors and they're all doing something different.
So let's say okay. So let's say for our secondary domain, we'll go espionage, right?
We're going spies. Let's do it.
We're going
Espionage.
So for our primary, for those of you who have been keeping up, we have cloning tech, and then for our secondary, we have espionage. So we're dealing with clones and spy shit.
Espionage. Spies. But really, all espionage things. It doesn't necessarily have to be just spies.
Right.
It's like all that stuff. But I wrote down spies in my sheet like an idiot. All right. Okay. Next up. Next up we choose their homeworld in Dune. In D&D it'd be like their area of operation. Like what is their main their general area. And so things to think about.
Well, let's see. So we kind of have like in the past we've done like a starting area. We have like the Tabaxi starting area, which we had like the town and the the distant city and like all that stuff that has to do with that. We have some of the we have one of the continents.
We have a framework built for how we do our D&D world building part. So we don't necessarily have to do this now because we could do this later, right? Like we could do a continent generation later, but or we could do it now. It doesn't matter.
I mean, so if you look at the sheet here that we have, the Clockwork Land sheet, if you go to the setting info tab, we have there's like a couple slots for a couple continents.
Let me throw that up for you guys. I think you can see if I do.
We have one of them filled out, which is the main one that we had been focusing on up until this point.
I think you guys can see it if I do this. Whoop. Can I zoom in? I can't zoom in. Why can't I zoom in? Hang on one sec, guys. Let me try to fix this.
So you want to come up? You want to do another continent right now for these guys, real quick?
Sure, we can do that.
We'll do that really.
Let me get rid of the Foundry thing, and we'll open up this thing. There we go. Okay. So, setting info. I need another tab. So we did. Oh, that's right. We did it like this. So we need a name. Do you have a name in the top of your head, Daniel? Let me fix your camera. I'll fix that. I got you.
My camera is jank. All right.
I got it. I got you.
So I'm looking here at like some of the names that I've chosen for like the town of the Tabaxi starting area and like the distant city and like some of the I'm looking at it like that's kind of funny how we name some of that stuff that we've used in the past because it's very like since we're using like Tabaxi, we have named them kind of like all like cat names and stuff.
We sure did.
which is pretty funny. I like that though. I think it's pretty neat. What was I gonna say? Oh, so so I was looking at that kind of to see how we were doing with this. So let me see. What would be
So for
another name that I have for
since I'm just thinking out loud here.
yeah,
So just jump in whenever you want to talk, just jump in.
go for
Which
it.
is kind of what I'm doing. I'm just thinking like this house has cloning tech. They're gonna be on a
Cloning tech.
continent that's probably like a little bit more advanced than maybe like the Tabaxi area. And I feel like the name would
Would have to be
be
reflect that.
would
Well, not necessarily for the continent name, but yeah.
no, not necessarily. I feel like it would sound unique compared to anything else we ever come up with in this world, right? Like this is the thing that might have the most roots to the old world kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like to what was before pre He-Man, end of the world, post-apocalyptic, whatever this setting is. You know what I mean? So I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna pull up a name generator because that's a DM's best friend.
What was that website that we used in the past? I was trying to find it, but I could not remember it. You know the one where it's like kind of the towns
area
and
one?
everything.
Donjon?
This is the Donjon? That's what it was.
It's
Donjon.
Donjon, and we use the Matt
That's what I
Coville.
wanted.
We use the My Campaign tool. Here, I got the fucking link to it
That's
straight
what it
up.
was. My Campaign, Donjon. Thank you. That's what I was thinking of.
Although my dark mode does not agree with it, which is I'm gonna have to go light mode, and it's gonna get real bright. Ah, I can't see. Oh damn!
There we go. What I usually do is just turn it off for like the specific page that I'm trying to.
I don't
look
know
at,
if I can. Can I do that for this?
If you have like an extension on your Chrome or whatever, you can.
Oh, only for Donjon. Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. So I do that with any specific page because I like to keep my dark mode on, but like there are some pages where I'm like, yo, I don't want that.
It's still doing it. Why is it still? There we go. Okay. Thank you. I didn't even know I could do that.
There you go.
Some of the world names I feel like would be really good continent names. I love how all I have to do is refresh and I get a whole new badge. Love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this up on the main screen so you guys can see at home. For those of you that haven't been in our previous world building things.
First of all, go check those out. Second of all, go for it.
Yes. The second of all, Donjon is a website that has a ton of generators on it. It's out there. We use it on lots of stuff. This particular page was created by somebody that had seen Matt Coville's video. He does a video about this My Campaign thing. And somebody made a page and like a thing. And this is all you need. This is truly all you need to get started if you want to play D&D right now. You print this out and you good to go as long as you're happy with everything on here.
All right, Josh. How do you feel about the name Caval?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
All right, that's what we're going with for our second continent then.
Holy shit. What is this area called? Kibazad, the kingdom beneath the mountain.
Oh, damn.
That's a fucking name, right? I'm going to write that down.
So for the biome of this continent, I was thinking maybe since we're kind of doing a tribute to Dune, maybe make it a desert biome. What do you think?
We can go desert. We can do desert. Fuck yeah, do it.
Because the first one was a jungle one, so I'm like, you know what? If we're gonna do kind of like a little bit of a Dune reference / tribute / whatever, then maybe a desert type might be cool for this biome.
Shit, yeah.
So we got the name of the continent, we got the biome. What's next?
Who's the dominant people and who's the minor people? Now, here
That's
you need to
true.
think about who's in charge of the house. Who
Hmm.
is it? And there's a ton of peoples in D&D,
There's
ancestries.
many. Yeah. So, like for example, for if you guys missed one of our previous episodes, for the continent of Jokara, we have dominant people being the Tabaxis and the minor people being the Hobgoblins. In the jungle biome, where the villages are spider-like and spread out. The way that I had this in my mind was similar to how like the Ewoks and the Wookiees have like trees in the houses and stuff. That was kind of
Yes.
my idea and inspiration behind that thinking. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, dominant
yeah.
people. So yeah, that's the first thing I guess, right? We go back to the politics tab.
So
Right?
let's think. We have
So area of operations. Uh, I'll just jot down the continent for now, which is Kaval.
Yep.
I'll write that down real quick. Kaval, and then
Which,
I
by the way,
guess
we're not going to make the starting area today necessarily. That's a lot of work, but we can
no.
definitely get the
We'll worry
minor,
about that.
dominant, and minor peoples. That's for you folks right at home that are like, are they going to do a whole new starting area today? Hell no,
we're just
that would take a long time.
no, yeah. It's just like I just wanted to get like a foundation on since we're doing a new house.
Exactly.
I kind of wanted them to be like in a different part of the
Yep.
world instead of like what we already did last time. So
Yeah.
area of operations, Kaval, biome, desert type. Now the next thing is I gotta figure out what we want this house. Who do we want this house to be run by?
So let
And
me
as
have a
Josh
look.
was saying, there is a plethora of races or ancestries or whatever you want to call them.
There's a ton of
And
them.
there's so many. There is so many.
If you want me to read off a few for you, there are Dragonborn, which are dragon people. There are dwarfs. There are elves. There are gnomes. There are half elves. There are halflings, which are like, you know what a halfling is, fucking Frodo.
Right.
There are half orcs. There are humans. There are tieflings, which are like demon people, kind of. Let me fix Daniel's camera. There are just regular orcs. And depending on how weird you want to get, you could have lion people, although it kind of goes with Tabaxi, but there are a race of lions in one of the Mythic Odyssey books called the Leonin. There are satyrs. I don't think a satyr fits here necessarily. There are owl people called the Owlin.
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 Just honestly, I was kind of thinking like
there's the Aarakocra as well, which are also bird.
Yeah,
people.
that's kind of what I was thinking. I think is the Aarakocra. I was like, maybe what if we go with them? That'd be kind of interesting.
Bird dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, like bird people. You know, that'd be kind of neat.
Fucking like the Atreides have the goddamn bird on their banner. You're gonna have the Aarakocra on there. Okay, you could do that. There's so many fucking playable races or ancestries. Sorry, in in D&D.
So...
Oh my goodness, I just had a crazy thought. I'm gonna keep
What's
that
up?
for myself though. Well, so there are a race called an ancestry called Warforged, which are like they're kind of like robots. They're automatons. I was like, man, what if the automatons are in charge of the cloning? Like they can't use it for themselves, right? But they fucking hold the gate keys on it. That'd be weird. It was just a random thought as I was looking through these billions of different playable races.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can go with the bird dudes if you want. The Aarakocra specifically, is that what you want? They probably look like vultures in the desert. Ooh, that's creepy.
I did kind of like your thought of the owlin too. That seems kind of cool.
The owls, the owl dudes, they got a picture here.
Honestly, you know what? We're gonna go with the owlin. I kind of like
Look
I
at
kind
these
of like
dudes.
that. Those are gonna be the cloners in our world here, man. The owlin, dude. That's what we're going with.
Yeah, I'm gonna show a photo to you guys. Check this out. Look at that fucking bird. That's an owlin. Look at that guy.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of scary, but at the same time he's got sad eyes. Yeah. Yeah, fucking go with the owlin. They could be the primaries. Or the leaders of this particular house, anyway. Probably the dominant people in this area.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna make them the dominant people of the area. So owlin, which they are also gonna be the House of Tronin people, cloners.
Mm-hmm.
And then
We need a
minor
minor
from
people.
there. What's a good like desert option?
Lizards. Lizard folk.
So
We could do lizard folk. We could do. But that's just what popped in my head.
yeah.
Yeah, you could do Dragonborn. You could even do humans if you wanted to.
Actually, you know what? I think I like the Dragonborn option. But
Dragonborn. All right.
we might go with that. Hold on.
Oh my god, I have such ideas for this world. Such ideas. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like just this one. Here's the thing that's got the juices flowing, right? We're talking cloning. We're talking Alan. We're talking minor people. We're talking Dragonborn. Bro, what if Dragonborn are dying out on this world, right? What if they are here hanging out with the Alan because they know that maybe they were getting close to something in this land, right? Maybe. Oh my god. Revelations here. All right.
Revelation.
Bro. Dragonborns. Dragonborns. None of this is true unless you say it's true. It's just me talking out loud. Dragonborns, like maybe they used to be human, right? Maybe there's some sort of experiment gone wrong, right? Like some mix of human and lizard DNA, and they became Dragonborn, right? But there's not a lot of them. They're dying out, right? What if cloning is their way back to actually becoming a actual people? Think about that. None of that's necessarily true, but it's ideas in my brain that's working right now. Because just based on the few things that we come up with,
out there, right?
Based on the few things we came up during this world building session of Dune, houses, cloning tag, continent names, all that led to this moment where I had that revelation. That's so weird and fascinating. What are the villages like in the desert, Daniel? Are they?
I was thinking of that right now, literally as you were saying that. I was like, what do I want this to look? What do I want the desert, like villages, architecture, world building to look like in the desert? Because like, I don't want it to look a little different to what kind of we're used to in the desert. Like I love like seeing like Tatooine and all that stuff, but I kind of want it to look different from that.
What if it's like, since the Alan are like the main people here,
the primary,
the dominant.
Yes.
What if it's like, so it is the desert, right? But you would have like mountainous areas on occasion. What if the houses were like built literally into the side of the mountain? You know, like there's some Native American tribes, right, that lived in like these hot ass desert places, right? And they would like use caves. What if we did something similar for the Allen, where they like Maybe they even have fucking fortresses that you can't even get to unless you can fucking fly. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like it's gonna sound stupid. Like a birdhouse built into the side of a mountain, but not.
Yeah, I think that sounds kind of cool. I like kind of like maybe like a desert for like a deserty fortress oasis kind of deal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds kind of dope. So let's say then that our villages are like if that's the description we're going with, which I like, then let's say they are mountain oh in mountains and up high.
Bro, I want to play in this fucking world.
Dude, yeah, I would like this. I would like to as well. Hopefully, once we like kind of like flush it out a bit more, once we're like have a little bit more in this, then we should definitely do it, man. I would love to fucking play in this world. All right, so there we have the name.
We have another continent.
We have the dominant peoples. We have the minor peoples. We have the biome. We have the villages. All right, so let's go back to the politics tab, and then now that we kind of have our area of operations and our dominant people running this house, what's the next step, Josh?
So the next step is banners and arms. Each noble house has a coat of arms they proudly emblazon on all of their holdings to remind everyone what is theirs. The heraldry of the Imperium is nowhere near as complicated as that of Old England, but still serves as a clear symbol for each house. Most houses have a banner made up of one or two colors and a crest, which might be an animal, an object, or a chemical element. The colors might be represented on their banner, divided horizontally, vertically, or as a stripe, usually behind the crest. It is up to the group to decide on the house banner. There are hundreds of possible options, from the Hawk of the Atreides to the Lamp of House. I can't remember how you actually pronounce that fucking house. House Rikis. Richies. And the double helix of House Vernius. So the example they give here is that the group decides the emblem of House Malay, which is the house that. So as you go through the character creation, they're making a house, right? Which is a scroll representing their poetry, and their colors are white and red. So the first thing, Daniel, is let's pick a color. What colors do you want? Do you want one or two colors?
So I think I already have this in my head. All right.
All right,
As
you
were
got
explaining it. I already got it. So here's the thing.
Sweet.
House Atreides is green, right?
Mm-hmm.
House Harkonnen is purple.
Yep.
Right. So
I believe
our house,
Well,
house, which is called
reddish.
House of Tronin, is a mixture of the two. So we're gonna make our house colors green and purple.
Okay.
And then our feature or thing is gonna be an owl because these are the owlin. So
obviously.
Our coat of arms is gonna be green and purple with a mean mugging owl on the front, you know? Which, to be honest, now that I say that, I kind of want to design that in like Photoshop now. I'm like,
you should do it.
I want to make that. I
You
might
do
do
it.
it after.
You should do it, and we can fucking
after,
we can put it in the fucking doc.
Yeah, I'll make it, and then we'll throw it up for next time as well. But yeah, that's I immediately, as you were reading that off, I was like, yo, I can already picture this in my head. see it.
All right.
So, coat of arms. Green. Out. There we go. What do we got next?
Next up is house traits. So the final element. This is actually kind of like the last thing you do. There's some more stuff, but so the final element of creating the house itself is to select its traits. These traits can be used as if they are traits on their own by any player character, which isn't going to matter because we're not going to actually play Dune. We're using this for D&D. But for the sake of the exercise, we'll go through it. Can be used as if they are traits of their own by any player character, but only as long as they are recognized as members of their house and their actions imply the reputation the house has within the Imperium. We don't need to get into the mechanics. That's mechanics. Each house begins with a trait for any primary domain it has, which is for you, it's cloning tech. Yeah. Each house also begins with a descriptive trait for its reputation. They might be honorable, like the Atreides, or brutal, like the Harkonnen. The trait details the way the rest of the Imperium sees your house and expects its agents to behave. Other traits may be gained or lost by the house during play, usually after an important event that changes their reputation in the Imperium. So, Daniel, what you should probably think on is the descriptive trait, like honorable or brutal. I'm going to go look at traits because they actually give me a link here. Not a link, but they actually give me a page number to go look at traits. And that might actually help us with a look here. Another page was I supposed to go to? Nope, that's creating your character. They want me to go to page 142. That's where I need to go.
All right. All right. Let's see.
I need to reread this page. Quick. Okay. So cloning tech would be your like trait. Science technically would be your trait, I guess, with cloning tech, because you like cloning tech is kind of its own science. So what about cloning would be like your reputation? Like if you're good at being spies, right? The trait might be secretive. You know, that would be your trait. That would be your description trait.
Okay.
For what keeps popping into my mind is like brilliant or wise, because they're owls, right? And they found this new technology. So they would expect anybody that ever ran it, like if somebody came across this house, like I'm a Owlin of House Atronin, people would expect that person to be wise or brilliant, because they're part of that house. That is their trait. And if we were playing the Dune game, that would actually give them a bonus to a roll, because they have the trait, right?
So how many of these do we need?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one. You can gain them in the Dune game. You can gain them and lose them during play. Usually things that affect their reputation within the Imperium. So you just need just one descriptive trait. Like the Atreides are honorable, Harkonnens are brutal, Perino is cunning.
Well, I jotted down wise and secretive. So
wise and secretive. Yeah, you could go 2. So next up is a step that we could do on a future stream because I feel like it would take a while right now.
Okay.
But we would figure out who's in charge of the house, who's the ruler, who's heir to the house, who's the chief physician, envoy, scholar, sword master, war master, consort, advisor, like all that stuff. We don't have to do that now. That would take a while.
Yeah.
But in the future we can do that if we want.
For sure.
Finally,
Absolutely.
the last thing we have is enemies. This is where it gets fun. It says, finally, we would be remiss not to mention that your house will have enemies. Even the most pleasant and honorable house has someone that hates them. This might be for some imagined slight, or a belief that they are not as they appear. But it might just as easily be because they really are honorable and deceit and despised for that. And decent and despised for that, rather. One often sees their own failings in the face of one's enemies. Luckily, such enemies need not be engaged in a deadly family vendetta, such as between House Atreides and Harkonnen. Alliances and enemies can also change, as the politics of the Imperium can be very fluid. A situation that makes two houses enemies one year might see them making an alliance for a mutual benefit when the situation changes the next year. The player's house will probably begin with an enemy or two. No one gains power in the Imperium without upsetting a few people on the way. How many enemies they have depends on how high the player's character's house has risen, not written. You are a minor house, Daniel. Therefore, you have one enemy that is also a minor house.
Okay.
And you can break out the dice for this one, buddy, if you got a D20 handy.
Do I? I think I should. Hold on. Yes, I do.
Give me a roll and tell me what it is.
I got my dice. Let me bust out this here fucking D20 right here. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of a roll here. If you guys have seen the previous episodes of these, you guys know I like to do some rolls here. All right, so you said a D20, right?
Dan.
All right, here we go. We're gonna roll it. We got oh shit! You're not gonna believe what I got.
What do you got?
I got a 20.
Oh, well, that's not very good. That's very bad.
Oh no! What is that?
So for each enemy, you're determining how much the enemy hates you. They hate you to the maximum. They hate you so bad that they have declared vendetta on your house. This house has dedicated all its resources to seeing the player character's house not only fall, but be wiped out to the last person. They take any risk it might see to end the player character's houses. So under enemies, Daniel, write this down. Write down vendetta or canly. Canly's the Dune word for it. Oh damn! And hang on to that D20 because you're gonna need it again.
All right.
When you got that in there.
I got it. What's next?
All right. So there's a reason they hate you, Daniel. Go ahead and roll, and let's find out the reason that they hate you so badly.
Let's find out why they hate these poor owl cloners. What is this? 9 or a 6? I think it's a 9. 9. Okay. 9.
Morality. Something about the house sickens the other. They might encourage loose morals or a brutal regime, but it might just as easily be sickeningly loyal to the emperor, honorable to a fault, or annoying to their religious doctrine. I
So
think that your enemy definitely thinks that cloning is bad.
yeah, I was gonna say I think this works well because they think cloning is probably immoral or whatever, right? They just
Yes.
don't agree with it
To
or whatever,
the
right?
to the point that they want to kill you.
Yeah. So what do I let's see, is that
Uh
what do I
you can write down morality, cloning is horrid or something like that under enemies. And then the next time we do this, I could actually build your enemy's house. That'd be fun.
yeah, that would be cool.
Um, and that's kind of it for the house creation. It's not as you
Like
know when we did the Game of Thrones
turn
one, it's a lot of rolls. It's a lot of rolling and determining stats and monies.
yeah.
They keep it relatively simple in the Dune book, which I appreciate. Um, so I can close Foundry because we don't need that anymore. And we're done for now if we want to be.
Cool. Do you wanna now that we're done with that, do you wanna quickly go over the grapes?
We can go over grapes if we want to really quick. Let me open it up for you guys. I saw you posted it in the tabletop channel.
Yeah.
All right. So for those of you that have never seen this, and I think it looks fine on the stream, this is what we call grapes. Grapes is a world building technique. It stands for geography, religion, achievements, politics, economics, and social structure. It is a tool for remembering the 6 aspects of all civilizations: geography, religion, achievements, politics, economics, and social structure. It could also be a great world building reference. If you're building a world from scratch or building a futuristic society, Grapes is a resource that you can refer to for when your world doesn't feel quite full enough. God, sorry guys, my brain is mush. So things to think about with geography. And I'm sure we will use this in examples probably the next time we do a world building thing, but geography. Things to think about when you're thinking about geography. Primary exports and imports. So we can actually get an example of this out of Daniel's house. Like their primary export would be, we're trying to make clones, pay us. Their primary export would be like, we're sending out secretive spying shit, that kind of stuff. What natural resources do they have at their disposal? The natural resource they have is their cloning tech and probably all their sciencey stuff. That would be pretty big for them. How does the society's placement affect their chances of survival? That's kind of like a more basic kind of thought. Next up, we have religion, which is what do your characters believe in. This is something we've gone over quite extensively. We've had god or goddesses, worship practices, what kind of myths and legends do people believe in, rites of passage, like there's tons of them in the real world. There'd be tons more in a video game world. Primary tenets and ideals, what do they believe in? Other than like gods, but like what are their ideals? Like protect the downtrodden, that kind of stuff. How do religions clash? Do they clash? Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. Have a lot of real world examples for that one. Next up, you have achievements. What has this civilization created that has withstood the test of time? Things like works of art, books, agricultural stability or other resource allocation. Things like that they haven't nuked their farmland, I guess, is kind of like an achievement. How are these achievements honored and maintained? Achievements, I feel, is a little harder for Daniel's World because it's like it almost feels new, right? Like it's a new world. At least I feel like it's a new world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a new world born out of the old world. Politics. Who controls the society and how do they control it? System of government. Are they socialist, democratic? Are they fascist? How are their laws created? Are they created by one person, an elected official? Are they created by a council? Are they is the person with the most money? Like all that kind of stuff. This the person with the most strength dictate laws. That all that is up for grabs. How are laws enforced? Is there a police force? Is there a sacred contract that you sign that when you break a law you get a brand on your arm or something? You know, just kind of any of that. How is power exchanged? Odds are the person in charge gets assassinated. In D&D games, that happens a lot. And ultimately, who is in power? Next up, we have economics, resources, and money. What are the most valuable resources? Is it gold? Is it wood? Is it some special star metal that's fallen from the skies? Is it the Allens? Every time I say Allens, I think Alan. Cloning tech. Alan, wake up, Alan.
Anyway.
How are those resources bought and sold? Are they bartered? Is it with money? Is it with paper money? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And how wealthy is this society compared to different society on like a different continent? The social structure. This is a thing that actually pops up. Some of the stuff for grapes actually pops up on the Don John sheet, which I still have open here, by the way. You guys are looking at it. But like it has a whole thing that actually helps you with a lot of grapes, which is nice. Gods and social structures, but like who are the most important people? Who are the least important people? And how do these classes kind of like live together? There are so many ways to use grapes to expand your world. You can begin simply by taking one of the items above to use as a prompt. You can create a spreadsheet, which we have.
Hey, you can. Oh, who would have thought?
You can create a spreadsheet and begin to methodically work through the list to use as a reference while writing. You can also just keep these items in the back of your head while you write and look for opportunities to do a little spontaneous world building. And so I recommend everybody use grapes. It's just great to help you think about things that you might not think about. Like, I'll be honest, a lot of times I don't think about what this area is exporting or importing, or what kind of natural resources they have at their disposal. But if I look at grapes, I'll think about
more
it.
in depth, right?
Yeah, that's when you go deep. But we will definitely be using grapes in the future for D&D world building. But to be honest, my throat is currently dying, so I think we should probably end the show.
Yeah, well, this is a good place to stop. We created a house, and we created a new continent to go along with that house. And yeah, I think we have some. I even started the outlines of the rival house to this one. And I was thinking, what is like an enemy of like an owl? Well, a snake. So I went with Yuan Ti, dude. So that's just gonna be
that's just gonna be
running,
actually.
That's just gonna be running the rival house. So now we'll come up with the rest of it next time. But that's what I got down so far.
Awesome, man. We haven't done a D&D world building stream in a while. This gets so many juices flowing.
It does, right? Like it's so cool. Every time we do one of these, I'm like, man, I want to play it, dude. All of this sounds so cool. But yeah, all right, that's cool. I hope you guys had fun with that. I know I did. I always have fun with these things, man. It's good stuff, man.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
just coming up, getting the creative juices flowing.
You know what's funny is like the night before, I'm like, I have no idea what we're gonna do tomorrow, right? Like for world building, I'm like, because my brain just isn't wired to do it. I usually have to find inspiration to want to world build. But when we do it for Cantina, right, we're doing it for the show, so it's the opposite effect. Which is why I'm glad you're here that we can play off each other. Because when we start going, we going all the way, right?
Yeah.
Like I have so many ideas right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's I love it, man. It's good stuff. It's just cool, like just bouncing ideas off each other and like, yo, what this thing and that thing, and yeah, it's cool, man. We literally did another whole fucking continent, and like one of the main houses, you know, for the cloners and whatnot. So that's pretty damn cool, if you ask me, man. Maybe next time we can, you know, do the. I'm thinking for next time we do the other house, and then we can also do like the starting area for the Cabal. You know.
Yeah, we can do that. That'd be easy.
Yeah.
Be awesome.
Yeah. So
there's so many great tools out there that we could use too, like Donjon and grapes and all that stuff. So next D&D campaign win. Sometime soon.
I'm wondering the same thing, man. I'm wondering the same thing, man.
When it's ready, I'll steal a Blizzard answer. When it's ready. All right. I think that's gonna do it for show. Let's throw over to Daniel and talk about what we're gonna be doing tomorrow. I think, right?
Yes, tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you guys hanging out here with us. As Josh was saying, tomorrow we're going to be starting a new co-op adventure slash game. We're going to be starting Dying Light, something that I've been wanting to play for a very long time. I know he's been looking forward to it as well, so it's going to be very exciting. We were gonna be starting it last week, but stuff came up. But it's all good. We're doing it. We're doing it tomorrow. Usual time. So be on the lookout for that. Because yeah, I'm excited. Can't wait.
Me too.
So we'll hopefully see you guys there. Have a great rest of your day. That's what's coming up for me stream-wise. And yeah, go follow me on all the stuff on the sides. Hit us up. Let us know. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for checking out the world building episode number 5, episode 105. Actually kind of worked out. Like Daniel said, Dying Light 2 Dying Light starts tomorrow. I will be streaming as well an actual video game on the stream for like the first time in a long time. In like 6 months or some crazy number like that. So make sure you come out here and make sure you hit that follow button. Smash that like button. I'm gonna get all enthusiastic and scare Majin away. It's gonna be great. No, seriously though, we appreciate all your support and love you guys. Another thing is, as soon as we're done with Dying Light, I would like to come back to streaming, and I think the schedule I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start off small. I'm gonna do Tuesdays, I think Thursdays and Fridays, 3 to 4 hours. I think that's what I'm gonna do going forward with streams after we're done with Dying Light. Because I do want to get back to streaming, but when I do it, I always hop in feet first and do 8-hour streams, 7-hour streams. It's just every day, and it's just fucking too much. So that's probably what I'm gonna do once we're done with the Dying Light thing. Just keep an eye out for all the things we're doing. We're watching more movies this year. We're keeping track of all the stuff we're watching, playing, all that stuff. We'll talk about that at the end of the year. It'll be a lot of fun. And just appreciate all your support. Make sure to check out the MP3s. We're up on Spotify. We're up on Google Podcasts. We're up all over the world. Download those. Give us views. Follow us there. We appreciate them. Listens. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.